A season-long journey follows a path to greatness. A destination. A dream. A quest for excellence. It's your time. A time to compete for a place in Nebraska sports history. Great moments are earned here. Play like a champion. Welcome to the NSAA State Football Championships on NET.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. As tonight, two of the best Class B teams square off for the state championship. It's the Omaha Skutt Skyhawks taking on the York Dukes. And good evening, everybody. I'm Larry Putney, along with former Husker Damon Benning. Great to have you with us as we get set for a terrific battle in Class B for the state title, and really a battle of contrasting styles. York will really attack you through the air with an outstanding quarterback.
Yeah, he's outstanding indeed, and Lyndon Califf, he is definitely the engineer that drives this train. He gets help from a tremendous ground game with Neville in the backfield and Ty Danielson, who mans the airwaves, his favorite target. They are dynamic on offense, but don't get it twisted. These guys have gotten here by being good in the trenches, playing good defense. They were outstanding in the quarters against a very battle-tested Ralston Ram team, and then they shocked the world a week ago in defeating the Gretna Dragons. They are very good in the trenches, sound defensively, but Califf is the guy.
They'll attack you through the air, and defending that, they'll have to come up with a way with. As the Skutt Skyhawks joining me are the broadcast partner, Adrian Fiala. And Adrian, they're going to have to find a way to slow them up front and at the back end.
Larry, you bet. Defense always a key, and defense has been Skutt's strongest suit. One of the stingiest defenses in Class B this year, giving up just 176 total yards per game and just 9 points per game. They're led by Zach Zeppelin and Ryan Vaudo. They're the two leaders, the people who will have to put pressure on Califf, as Damon mentioned, put pressure on that offense and keep them rolling in that direction. The key for this ballgame, as I see it, is the defense needs to get off the field and get that offense on the field and keep the ball in their hands, keep ball control, and make it work that way. And keep, as Matt Turman, their head coach, said, keep playing as we have all year, playing very well.
Skyhawks have been here 3 times in the last 10 years. York hasn't been here in forever. For more on that, let's go down to John Bishop.
You know, Larry, if you're not from the Omaha or Lincoln areas and you're in the 2 largest classes in the state, it's really hard to sustain greatness at the playoff level. But for York, it has been over 20 years since they have been a regular in the state playoffs. Then last year, under first-year coach Gene Snodgrass, they broke through. They got a win over previously undefeated Scottsbluff, and they pushed Elkhorn to the brink. He says that it was that success last year that was the building block for this year's greatness. And this year's greatness could take York to their first ever state championship in football. It's been a long time waiting, so long you can see the growth on Coach Snodgrass's face. He says he's going to get that beard shaved tomorrow. He hopes he's doing so with one of those Class B gold medals around his neck.
Yes, well documented. He's let that beard grow throughout the playoffs. Has told his players he will not shave it until the season is over, and I'm sure he's looking forward to tomorrow.
It looks like it itches. It's uncomfortable for me.
Exactly.
And I can't even grow hair, so I can imagine how he feels.
I thought initially he was playing for Boston.
That's right, yeah. No kidding.
So the second-ranked Skutt Skyhawks coming in at 11-1, fifth-ranked York Dukes at 11-1. We're about ready to introduce everyone to the two teams, and before we do, final thoughts about the game.
Well, I tell you, nobody bothered to mention to tell York that and Coach Snodgrass that they were crashing what was supposed to be a metro party with the Gretnas, the Elkhorns, the Grosses, and the Skutts on board. They're here and they've arrived. They are battle-tested and an ornery bunch. They don't believe anybody believes in them outside of that little community and York. They'll be here to play tonight.
And you talk about ornery bunches. The ornery bunch from Skutt on defense. Just a very aggressive, mauling, swarming type of defense. Their linebackers probably run about as well as any linebackers in Class B. So I would expect their defense to really get after it. On the year, they have given up, on average per game, 96 yards rushing, 80 yards passing. Total that's 176 total yards per game. And then the kicker, just 9 points a game allowed by the Skutt defense. So that's where the action is. That's where the sparks will fly for the Skutt defense. But they need to get off the field and get their offense back on and let them do their magic.
Total team approach too, Aid. Nobody spectacular or flashy. It's a total team concept at Omaha Skutt.
Much better.
So ready now to introduce you to the two teams, and for that we head to our public address announcer. Here's Rich Broderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Memorial Stadium in the 2013 Nebraska School Activity Association Football Championship Finals. For tonight's contest in Class B between the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks and the York Dukes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the introduction of the players and coaches. We first begin with Omaha Skutt Catholic. Number 2, Zach Zeppelin. Number 3, Ty O'Brien. Number 5, Mitch Swain. Number 7, John Keeley. Number 9, Ben Lane. Number 10, John Plants. Number 11, Brayton Coley. Number 17, Jake Walker. Number 19, Sam Elliott. Number 20, Joe Dooley. Number 21, Nathan Granville. Number 23, Dakota Krejci Smith. Number 24, Thomas Pivovar. Number 25, Ty Weiss. Number 32, John Heffron. Number 35, Ryan Boda. Number 45, Brett Lamatia. Number 52, Nick Peterson. Number 55, Joe Zuck. Number 62, Alex Kramer. Number 67, Austin Thielen. And number 74, Matt Duscott. The head coach for Omaha Skutt Catholic, Matt Turman. And the rest of the Skyhawks.
So there's a look at the Skutt Skyhawks, 11-1, ranked number 2 in the state, and they come in the slight favorite over the York Dukes. This should be a good one. In fact, if you compare the two teams, you take a look at team comparisons, not much difference. Skutt a little bit more stingy on defense.
I tell you, the takeaways is what sticks out. They go get the football. And Aid has alluded to their team defense and their concept, how they get after you. It starts with getting the football.
And also take a look at those points, under 10 points allowed by Skutt, as we talked about earlier.
Back to Rich Broderson for the introduction of the York Dukes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the York Dukes. Number 2, Keith Kamcho. Number 8, J.J. Vanderheiden. Number 11, J.J. Schultz. Number 17, Lyndon Califf. Number 21, Ryan Dolan. Number 22, Evan Nebel. Number 23, John Fletcher. Number 25, Hayden Robb. Number 27, Jonah Odie. Number 28, Ephraim Fonseca. Number 45, Troy Taylor. Number 50, Tanner Wolf. Number 56, Brock Schuff. Number 62, Karsten Stair. Number 65, Will Tietmeyer. Number 69, Ronaldo Trevino. Number 70, Brooks Williams. Number 73, Grant Suddarth. Number 75, Marvin Lazo. Number 79, Braden Knight. Number 80, Ty Danielson. And number 85, Mitchell Friesen. And the head coach for the York Dukes, Glenn Snodgrass. And the rest of the York Dukes.
Those are the 5th-ranked York Dukes, 11-1 on the season. They come in with some impressive wins as of late. They knocked off Aurora, Ralston, and Gretna. 3 wins that have really provided a lot of momentum to get here today.
Two of those 3 were the darlings. Gretna, obviously, the perennial favorite, #1 all year. And then Ralston, where they shocked the world in the quarters.
Omaha Skutt, of course, in Omaha. York Dukes just down I-80 from Lincoln, Nebraska. This is how they got there. And we talked about the wins. York knocking off Ralston and Gretna 12-7. And look at the difference in those wins. A 42-41 win and a 12-7 win. They found ways to get it done. Skutt knocking off Elkhorn South and McCook to get here to the championship. Let's go back to Rich Broderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and member schools, welcome to the 2013 NSAA State Football Championship Finals. Please rise and remove your hats to honor America as the Hastings High School Mixed Octet, directed by Mr. Tim Kennedy, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's the Hastings Mixed Octet. We are ready for some football at Memorial Stadium. Our 3rd championship of the day coming your way. Class B title will be decided right here tonight.
When you've been around for more than a century, you understand the power of generations, the value of nurturing and developing those who will carry on the legacy of agriculture and food production. That's why the Aurora Cooperative helps young people gain the experience, expertise, and wisdom to feed the world, be good stewards, become responsible community leaders, and continue setting the example for the generations that follow. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Methodist Health System is pleased to sponsor NET Television. Together, Methodist Hospital, Methodist Women's Hospital, Methodist Jenny Edmondson, and Methodist Physicians Clinic serve the healthcare needs of families throughout the Omaha and Council Bluffs area. We offer care for your entire family, as well as specialty care for cancer and cardiac, women's services, surgical care, intensive care for newborns, and much more. Methodist. That's the meaning of care.
Participating in Nebraska high school activities has taught me about teamwork.
I've learned how to lead among my peers.
At my high school, I have set goals and I work hard to accomplish them.
I like to run on my cross country team. It makes me feel good about myself.
Thank you, Nebraska, for your support of the Nebraska School Activities Association.
Great evening for football here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. Class B championship. 34 degrees, clear skies, and just that slight breeze out of the west feels like 32. It could have much worse in November, so not a bad night at all for these two teams. The York Dukes and the Skutt Skyhawks. Skip Kennedy is our head official. Kelly Feynman, Sylvester Thomas, Jeffrey Wallace, Scott Spurgeon, and our red hat tonight running the clock and keeping play going is Rick Stromer. Ready to go now? The Skutt Skyhawks won the toss. They elected to defer, and they will kick to the York Dukes. So deep for York is Ryan Donlin and J.J. Schultz. To kick it away is Mitch Swain for the Skyhawks. Class B state championship underway at Memorial Stadium. A short kick. It'll be taken off of one bounce at about the 12-yard line. Some room to run on the outside. Kicks it to the outside, and Donlin out past the 25 to about the 26-yard line. So Ryan Donlin will set up his York Dukes right there, and the offense trots onto the field for the 5th-ranked team in the state.
It's a balanced offense. They can get at you a couple of ways. You got Novell in the backfield, Caliph obviously from the lineage of tremendous athletes in his family. You got the dynamic duo on the outside led by Danielson.
So Lyndon Caliph leads the way for this York Duke squad. 6 foot 175 senior. He's thrown for over 2,300 yards on the season, 15 touchdowns against just 8 interceptions, and we immediately have a conversation by the officials. They're switching footballs. I think they had the wrong game ball in there.
I see Kelly Feynman down there working the game. Spurgeon, good crew tonight.
Yeah.
You know, for this one in Class B.
You do have a choice as far as footballs go. They want to make sure that they have the ball that the York Dukes wanted in the game.
Caliph under center. Caliph hands off up the middle. Not much there. Stopped by that interior Skyhawk defense of Scott and Elliott. Let's take a look at the offense by the Dukes. There's Caliph. Hayden Robb, the running back. Novell, the fullback. Danielson, Dolan, and Vanderheiden, the tight end. Up front, Sutter, Schaff, Knight, Trevino, and Lazo for the York offensive line. 2nd down now and 8 after a gain of 2. Caliph looking over the defense, calling the play. Novell and Robb in the backfield. Caliph back to throw, out in the flat, tipped away and batted incomplete. Caliph got away with one as the defender came underneath the throw and tipped it away. Good defensive play by Thomas Pivovar. So let's take a look then at that Skutt defense. Boda, Elliott, Scott, and Thielen up front for the Skyhawks. Backs and linebackers, Dooley, Lane, Pivovar, Weiss, Zeppelin, Plants, and Winky at the strong safety. So 3rd down here early on. 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And a flag on the play before the snap.
Skutt showing a little pressure that time, Larry, on the left side. A little
encroachment on the defense.
One of the backers coming up.
Repeat, third down.
Coming in the gap over there on the high side, and a little bit quick on the move.
You've already mentioned Pivovar. I don't know if he's Skutt's best defensive player, but he's probably the most underappreciated. We'll call his name a lot tonight. He's an outstanding young man.
So that shortens it up a bit. 3rd down and 3 now for the Dukes. Califf once again under center. Robin Neville behind him. He'll go up top. He's got his man wide open. And a reception out to the 45-yard line on the completion out to Ryan Donlin.
Yeah, they're tough. The dynamic duo D squared.
We talked to Coach Snodgrass about his starting quarterback, Lyndon Califf.
Lyndon Califf, he's a great athlete with an extremely strong arm, but he's an even better kid. Very, very high character, very high work ethic, great leader. He's the type of kid that any coach would love to have on his football team. He definitely has a strong arm, very intelligent kid, so he's been a joy to work with here for a few years.
Give on the right side to Novell. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry for Novell. There on the stop from his linebacker spot, Ben Lane.
Lane over there to make the play. We talked about their ability to move to the football and move aggressively to the football. Saw it right there. Short gain, very little gain on that play. Great job by Lane to get over there. 87 tackles on the year for Lane.
Right away, you see one of the things that makes York so tough. Multiple looks with the same personnel groupings. It is hard to game plan against.
Trips right for the Dukes. Califf in the shotgun. He'll drop back to throw. Under pressure. Gets it off. And dropped. Ty Danielson had a beat on it. Could not pull it in, and that'll bring up 3rd down now and long for the Dukes.
He's their leading receiver, Ty Danielson. 35 receptions, 826 yards, and 7 touchdowns this year. And you'll see it right here. He gets into that little crease right there. It's a ball that Ty will tell you, I should catch that in my sleep. Just not able to put the hook into the football.
And he typically will catch those in his sleep. He'll make at least one circus reel catch before the night is over.
4 wide motion. To the right, back to throw is Califf. Across the middle, has his man complete for a 1st down inside Skutt territory. Down to the 40-yard line. Great catch and run by Ryan Donlin.
Nice little crossing route. Look at him work in the slot here.
Watch 24 here, David.
That was 11, not 21. J.J. Schultz on the catch.
Pivovar, 24, trying to get himself. He was a little disappointed. He could see an interception coming, but he just couldn't get himself over there.
Yeah, the distance was made up in Califf's arm. He's got a big-time arm. He knows how to fit it in small spaces.
Rob goes in motion. Califf under pressure. Eludes one, but isn't going to elude the next 2. There from that linebacker spot once again, Ben Lane with the pressure. Helped by Ryan Boda. Boda from that right defensive end has 91 tackles on the year. And there's Matt Duscott in there as well.
Watch the pressure come from the right side here. That's 19. Get your hands up. Great job by number 19, Sam Elliott, leading the team this year with 6 sacks. Good pressure on the quarterback and shut him down. Big legs.
Boy, fortunate to not get a hand to the helmet contact there.
A loss of 9 on 1st down, 2nd and 19. Califf will keep it himself. Neville with the carry. Inside the 45, brings up 3rd down.
One of those that Novell would like to have over again. He's got to get north and south, and he's that type of runner. Got caught going laterally, left a few yards on the field. 3rd and long, sets up the draw. Well done. I'd like to see him get right back vertical right here and get downhill.
Grant Sutter, the left tackle, and the great block right here, 73. If you'll be able to pick it out from this or not, no, you won't, but tremendous block that kind of sealed up that inside, let him pick up that yardage.
One thing you'll see from both teams tonight is outstanding tackling.
3rd and long now. Goes deep down the middle. Defense is there, but pulled in and caught by J.J. Schultz. Schultz inside the 5-yard line for the Dukes.
I'll tell you what, we'll take another look probably about that, but Benjamin Winkie back there, I think he just lost track of where that football was. He looked, let's see if we see it here.
And he does, he sees it, but those fans...
He was looking over the other way to the left. He just didn't know where the football was, otherwise he could have been in a pretty good position to make it.
Fans of York have seen this before. Their receivers go up and get balls in the air.
35-yard completion to J.J. Schultz.
There are a lot of those, Aid, where teams will say we were there, we had it, but simply guys from York know how to get a ball at its highest point, and they got a big-time arm in Caleb. He's not afraid to go give a jump ball to one of his guys. He knows that they're better in the air typically than the guys they go against.
You saw Winkie right there looking upfield for some reason, didn't have his eye on the football. And this is a kid with 4 interceptions on the year, so he knows what to do in that secondary.
Caleb on 2nd down and goal to go. He'll keep himself over the middle. Intercepted in the end zone. Intercepted by the Skutt Skyhawks. It's a huge pick by number 31, Ben Winkie.
Well-coached team playing their keys, and Winkie gets it right back. He gave it one, he'll take it right back.
He got interception number 5 on the year, and it comes at a huge time. He's just going to sit in there. You saw him reading that quarterback, reading the play. He knew it was coming all the way. Watch it again.
Didn't honor the run fake at all. Got a pass read, good high hat. Got to as quick a drop as he could given the space here.
A great drive by the Dukes to get inside the 5-yard line, and the Skutt Skyhawks yet another turnover, and they're going to go deep off of the turnover. Wide open, running downfield was Zach Zeppelin, but Ramsey just missed it.
And your eyes do not deceive you. Both teams coming out in 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end. We've seen a lot of spread all day. These two teams a little more conventional, and right away you see the young talent that Ramsey is. You're always open with his arm.
Isaiah Ramsey, the quarterback, 6'1", 195 junior. Second down and 10 from the 17. Give to the fullback, LaMantia. LaMantia hit right at the point of attack. No gain. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, there's some. Watch the sparks here. Jonah Adi.
Take a look at the Skutt offense. Ramsey, Krejci Smith, LaMantia, Zeppelin, Plants, and Buddha. And up front, Scott, Peterson, Zach Kramer, and Thielen.
Right away, you see the thing that makes York tough is they're in an odd front. They move and stem a ton. They do not sit still in that 3-man front.
Ramsey rolls to his left, looks downfield, across, and picked off. Picked off by number 21 for York. Ryan Donlin came up with it.
His 5th interception all the year. And again, just reading the quarterback, reading the throw, reading the eyes. We got a flag down.
26-yard line.
One thing you guys will notice, and I think you'll be big fans of, as will our viewers at home, both teams, and especially York, tremendous hands. They catch typically whatever is close to them, and you'll see another great catch. We've seen a few of them tonight. They are used to going to get balls in the air. They make air travel a very dangerous place to be.
You saw 2 players converge on the football right in that play, right there.
Ramsey almost trusting his arm a little too much. He's got a big-time arm.
Nolan able to come up with it.
Tough to be late over the middle. Typically bad things happen.
So both teams have turned it over here in quarter number 1. 6:12 to go. No score in this Class B state championship. Lyndon Califf back out there to lead the Dukes. Toss sweeper on the right side. Novell puts the shoulder pads down, turns it upfield for a short gain, maybe 2, 3 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down. We'll call it 8.
Well, so far, guys, pursuit has been key for the Skutt bunch. They're getting to the football. Other than that long play, that pass play, they gave up down near the 5-yard line. Everything else pretty well contained as far as the run goes and moving their players as we thought they would to that running game.
Coach Danzy, Coach Stewart, those guys won't be cheated on coaching over there at Skutt.
Little toss picking his way through is Hayden Robb. Robb piled up after a gain of 1. 3rd down and 7 upcoming now for the Dukes.
Makes it a tough situation. A 3rd and long, as you said, Larry. 3rd and about 7.
Very manageable for this York offense, especially as prolific as their passing game will see. And there you see similar personnel groups, but all of a sudden you get a different formation. You got Donlin working one-on-one at the bottom of the numbers. He's a weapon down there getting isolation.
Fell in the backfield along with Caleb. Takes the give over the middle, picked off, intercepted. Ben Lane pulls it down and rumbles into Duke territory. 2 interceptions here in this first quarter of play for the Skyhawk defense.
A couple of splash plays already by Lane.
Yeah, it's back and forth.
Yeah, it is.
Back and forth, and you'd probably expect that to happen here quite a bit in the first half.
And hey, these teams are just well coached. With Huddle, there's a tremendous chance to get a job at film study. Just a poor read by Caleb. Lane's just playing hook to curl. That's easy pitch and catch, and I guarantee you.
The second time the linebacker just sit in there.
Yeah, Caleb will come back to the sidelines and say, Coach, I never saw him. You just,
right. 18 yards on the return by Lane. So back out there is that Skutt offense led by Isaiah Ramsey. LaMancha in the backfield along with Krejci Smith. Give to Krejci Smith, breaks 1 tackle and another. His speed gets him out and down inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. A carry of 11, 1st down. Let's look at that Duke defense quickly. Up front, Vander Heiden, Trevino, and Lazo. Defensive end and defensive tackle. Backs and linebackers. Knight, Fletcher, Odie, Schultz, Danielson, Dolan, and Taylor.
Odie, the big hitter on their defense. 121 tackles this year, 6 sacks. One of the leaders on that York defense.
1st down and 10. Ball now at the 34. Give to LaMancha. LaMancha stacked up after a gain of maybe 1. It'll bring up 2nd down and long. We talked with Matt Turman earlier tonight. He talked about his junior quarterback, Isaiah Ramsey.
Isaiah Ramsey's our starting quarterback. He actually started the first 3 games, and then our starter got back from injury, played for 6 games, and then got hurt in the final game of the regular season. And Isaiah's played in the playoffs all 3 games. And you know, he's a good game manager. Runs the ball well when he needs to, and he can really throw it.
Yeah, he can definitely spin it.
LaMancha in there along with Krejci Smith. Krejci Smith with it. And he'll be drugged down from behind. Good defensive play from that interior defensive line. Number 79 with the tackle.
Braden Knight. Watch him, 79 right here.
Getting in the hip pocket.
91 tackles on the year. For him, 3rd on the team, but he was just able to shed the blocks at the line. And nice looking specimen right there. Braden Knight, 180 pounds.
Didn't get a chance to hear what the call was.
And a flag on the play. They will mark it off against the York Dukes. It looked like maybe a personal foul variety. 15-yard face mask called on the Dukes. So that will put the ball inside the 20-yard line. Deepest penetration of this the first quarter for the Skyhawks.
For York, you're still playing with some good confidence. You think schematically you're getting a good sense on what Skutt wants to do so far early. There's the late stem again.
Dooley now with it. Dooley in there. Joe Dooley, the 5'11 senior running back. He's piled up after a short gain. Good stop defensively by John Fletcher from that outside linebacker spot.
They understand their run fits extremely well. A lot of movement. We like to say stem, late movement, pre-snap, and then guys fit accordingly on the 2nd level. It's what makes that 3-man front so tough to simulate in block.
And they work together so well because Fletcher filled up right where that defensive tackle stemmed over to the left. So nice work, good teamwork, good communication.
Toss again to Dooley. Dooley cuts it up inside, grinds forward for a nice gain. That's inside the 15, down to about the 12. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 4, maybe 3 for the 1st down.
Dooley and Krejci Smith, probably Skutt's version of thunder and lightning. Dooley is the hammer. Krejci Smith can crease you. Both these guys as a tandem, they really keep Skutt steady. They like to stay on schedule as an offense. Not really big play, just steady as they come.
Third down and 3 for the Skyhawks. Rolling to his right is Ramsey. He'll keep it himself. Tucks it under inside the 10 to the 5. Driven down at about the 5-yard line, and a first down for Isaiah Ramsey and the Skyhawks.
Good work by the right side of that offensive line for Skutt. Seal it up this way. Lamacha, a good block right there. Going to come back, knock the tackler again off of the quarterback and head upfield. So very good work. Very good blocking. That right side of Skutt over there. Alex Kramer, Austin Thielen.
So first and goal now for the Skyhawks. Give LaMancha, pounds it up in there, but that stiff defense up front for the Dukes. Led by Marvin Lazo.
The 7th carry for 35 yards as Skutt has been patient with it. Nothing spectacular. They had the one chunk penalty play for 15 yards. But again, if you're York, you know your back's against the wall, but your run fits haven't been too bad. You got to match Skutt's effort here.
Second down and goal now from the 5. Flag thrown.
Every yard's going to matter in this one.
That'll back them up about 5 yards and make it.
Ball start on the white. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
2nd and 5 to 2nd and 10. It's the old coach's role on this one. They just roll their eyes and try to figure out, come on, guys. Because right now what Scott's trying to do is capitalize on a turnover. If they can take it in, that takeaway becomes even bigger.
Second down and goal from the 10. Fakes the give. Ramsey looks, has it batted away. Good defensive pressure by John Fletcher.
That's an outstanding play by Fletcher because that might have been 6. They had the backside leak in the flats. Well-conceived play, just a great individual effort. Little short set, showed pass pro, and then leaks out. He was wide open as we take a look at it from the other angle.
Excellent work there with the ball. And Damon, I think the guy's wide open.
There he is.
Wide open. You see him right there?
Yep.
I mean, it's there. But I tell you, I always tell youngsters, if you can't get there, get your hands up. He not only got his hands up, he got his body up, knocked it down, saved the touchdown.
Chance to see the slick ball handling by Ramsey, too. He's like a savvy veteran.
Great stuff.
And a timeout called by the Skutt Skyhawks. Matt Turman will take a timeout. 3rd and goal. Big play early on in this Class B state championship. Last year's state championship in 2012 was another great one. Let's flash back to last year's title game.
Third-ranked Omaha Gross took on number 5 Norris in last year's Class B state championship. Anthony Vigneri put the Cougars on the board first with a 3-yard touchdown run, but the Titans answered with a 37-yard touchdown pass from Byron Hood to Jackson Reeds to give Norris a 7-6 lead going into halftime. After the break, Anthony Vigneri found the end zone for the 2nd time that day and followed it up with a 2-point conversion to put Gross ahead 14-7. The Cougars defense pitched a shutout in the 4th quarter to ensure the victory. Omaha Gross won 14-7 and were crowned 2012 Class B state champs, Gross's first state title in school history.
Congratulations, Omaha Gross Catholic High School.
State champs last year, Omaha Gross. This year, it's Skutt and York battling for the B title. Big early play here in the 1st quarter. 3rd down and goal to go. Coach Turman pulled them over. They've talked about the play. We'll see what we get here on 3rd down.
3rd and 10 to go, 10 to the goal line. I'm thinking he's got to be looking at some sort of pass play, Damon.
I'd like to find 54, Kyle O'Neill. He does a heck of a job up front. Too far to probably run the ball, but I would stay left with my passing game.
Rolling back, flag on the play, a little screen pass in there for the touchdown is Joe Dooley. We will check a holding against the Skyhawks. We'll bring it back.
What a great job by Isaiah Ramsey to look everybody off to the left to start the play. and then come back. Watch it here. He's looking left, trying to get everybody thinking that way, going that way, and then bingo. Pop it in the middle and go.
Yeah, the arm ball.
Wonderful.
It wasn't really necessary either. I mean, Ramsey was doing his best sales job, because that's basically how you make screens work. You got to have a quarterback that can sell you with his eyes, as Adrian alludes to, and his term. And see, he makes me an upset look cool. You know, he's such a veteran. He's not giving you much. What he's saying is, that wasn't that bad of a hold. That's basically
the ball was out.
And the offense that started, guys, at second and goal at the 5 is now 3rd and 20.
And this defense for York is too good to give them opportunities to close you out. Now all of a sudden you're bringing there's some decision with the kicking game. Now you're looking at a minimum of a 37-yard field goal without any further movement of the ball.
So 3rd down and 20. And timeout called by the Dukes.
Same formation they ran for that screen pass for the touchdown. But I got to think they're going to cross that up somehow.
You get the feel you can't give York a lot of cracks at it. And if you're Skutt, your offense is predicated, has less room for error than does York's.
Go down to the field, John Bishop. John.
Guys, you saw before the game the York players coming out of the tunnel carrying this little evergreen tree. So at the beginning of the season, you've got a York team who's been building up some momentum. They made a nice little run in the playoffs last year. And to kind of wrap up practice, they started talking about winning. And winning one for the school, because the school's never won a championship before, and winning one for the town. And you know how it goes sometimes. You get in the middle of a highly pepped up pep talk, and you just start naming things. You start looking around, and you see things. You mentioned the lamp, you mentioned the unicorns, the show ponies, and all of a sudden the guy started looking into the evergreen trees and said, you know what? Let's win one for the trees. And a battle cry was born. Win it for the tree.
That's outstanding.
That's good stuff. Love the tree on the sideline. Little evergreen.
Win one for the tree.
And they're trying to stop the big evergreen right here. The Skutt Skyhawks on 3rd down and 20. Rolling to his left is Ramsey. Looks downfield, dodges a couple of defenders, but not the 3rd. Drugged down from behind on the tackle.
Well, I tell you what, J.J. Vanderheiden, that is closing time. Had him dead to rights the first time. Missed him on the run by. Watch him peel back, redirect, come here. Now, again, with the penalties that Adrian talked about earlier, now all of a sudden, in the sack, the kicking game is in jeopardy. What looked like no worse than 3 at a minimum now becomes a risk.
Field goal on the way from 42 out, and it is no good. He had a long of 41 on the season, and he just misses the 42-yarder.
So they really didn't hit it very well.
Yeah,
really didn't hit it very well.
And we've, you know, my son, we practice his little league. They practice at Skutt, so we get a chance to watch these guys practice all the time. He's got a big time leg. That's a long way to kick the ball on a night like tonight. They'll take another shot at it before the night's over.
So we are at the end of one. No score between York and Skutt in the Class B state championship. It's been a turnover-filled first quarter. Second on the way.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, by Education Quest Foundation, and by the Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. So back at Memorial Stadium, no score between the Dukes and the Skyhawks. Ready to go here, York under center Califf. On the double reverse pass, looking downfield, and intercepted. The Skyhawks intercepted again. Zach Zeppelin with his 6th interception of the year. That leads Class B, and he returns it inside the 20-yard line where Skutt is in business.
Boy, it has been a series of miscues, turnovers and penalties for each of these offenses, and we see it again right there as York turns the ball over again.
I know that ball had a ton of hang time. It looked more like a punt, but Danielson, he comes down with those a good share. He probably, if he had that to do off, he did. He timed it right. He's got to use 2 hands to go get that. He's a big time talent with the ball in the air.
First down and 10, ball at the 18-yard line. They'll give to Krejci Smith in the back. Stays on his feet inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line and the 7. A nice carry, 11-yard gain.
There's the lightning between the Thunder and Lightning. He is the home run crease hitter. Look at the nice little bounce here. They set the edge, but you got to get vertical while you're setting that edge.
This guy is 5'8" and 150 in terms of his measurables, but man, does he run tough. Really tough. Look at him go. Look at him go.
Dole's got to bring his hands with him on that tackle.
Tacklers along the way and keeping those feet moving and getting that ball ever closer to the goal line.
So off the big turnover. Skutt is threatening here in the second quarter. Inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal for the Skyhawks. Krejci Smith again. Inside the 5, down to the 3.
Great block by Matthew Skutt. Left tackle over there, senior, 6'1", 240. Leading that play up in the hole. Again, about 2-3 yards away from the goal line right now is Skutt knocking on the door.
Second down, goal to go from the 3. LaMantia in front of Krejci Smith. They'll give to LaMantia, who pounds his way near the goal line, and he's stopped at about the half-yard line.
Well, I tell you, the bigs up front, just up there battling. And the newbie, 54, keep an eye. Kyle O'Neill is a guy that I referenced earlier in the broadcast. To come around and pull on the kick out. Wasn't listed as a starter, but been an interchangeable part. He plays with great pad level, and he's got a lot of snap to his game up front for Skutt.
Braden Knight along with J.J. Schultz there on the stop. 3rd down and 1. 3rd down, and we have a flag. This will likely back the Skyhawks up. Nope. Encroachment called against the Dukes. That will move it about 3 inches closer.
You typically let them have the opportunity to get back.
The ball is right at the goal line. I mean, that could not be any closer.
Nose away, Larry.
3rd and goal. Ramsey takes it himself, leans forward, and Ramsey, no call yet, in there for the touchdown. Isaiah Ramsey with the first points of the game for Skutt.
Skutt able to capitalize on the turnover this time. Have not been able to do it thus far, but the 3rd time has indeed been a charm, and they put it in the end zone and take that lead, and perhaps a 7-point lead here very shortly.
I'll tell you what, you go to a -2 in turnovers with 9:57 to play in the second quarter to a team like Skutt, and you're fortunate that there's only 6 points on the board.
Personal foul on the blue. The 15-yard penalty will be taken on the kickoff.
York's just got to keep their composure. Skutt plays in such a way where they're going to keep you in the game. They're steady, consistent, you know, not a real explosive offense. If you're York, you got to stay the course here.
Extra point is up, and it is good. Skutt on top of York.
7-0 here in this second quarter of play. One more look at it.
Just a big lead right here is all you need.
I think York is upset. Yeah, once he reached the ball across, York once trying to create a fumble here, maybe arguing that he lost that as before it went over the goal line there.
So 7-0 Skutt on top. Want to tell you it's time now for our NSAA Championship Trivia. If you are the first person to email the correct answer to sports@netnebraska.org, you can see the email address on your screen, then you'll win this NET Sports Championship t-shirt, size extra large. Our trivia question is this. The Dukes and Skyhawks have played 5 similar teams throughout the regular season of the playoffs. Who has the better record? And what is that record? Who has the better record and what is the record? First correct email to sports@netnebraska.org wins that NET Sports Championship t-shirt. And remember, just one winner per household during the 2013 championships. 5 similar teams. What was the record against the opposing teams and which team had the better record? What was that record?
We referenced one right there in the opening and talking about what just happened in the semis.
Mitch Swain on to kick it deep. Back deep. Ryan Dolan, J.J. Schultz.
They might have got that.
Consideration
scrum.
Yeah.
Squibbed it right up the middle, and it is a battle for it. Do they come up with their 4th turnover?
You got
The Skyhawks think they've got it. York says they have it. Who run piles? It's number 15 at the bottom of the pile.
That's a good job of being on alert right there, because they were trying to squib this kick for an immediate onside.
Jackson Coffin, number 15, is the player that's going to come up with it for York. Same right there going into that. Into that pile.
Might have been who wrestled it away at the end there.
They want it on the bottom of that pile, no doubt.
Yeah, not afraid to take chances.
Yeah.
Coach Terman typically isn't the riverboat gambling type, but he is aggressive.
Skutt on top. 7-0. Up 2 in the turnover battle. 3 interceptions in this first half for the York Dukes. They'll give to Rob, and Rob is piled up right away, and you see that Skyhawk defense beginning to gain a little confidence. Let's go down to the field to John Bishop.
Guys talking to some of the Skutt coaches before the game, one of the things they felt pretty confident in is they wondered if Caleb, even though he's a great thrower, if sometimes he doesn't read defenses very well. So they were hoping they could disguise a few coverages. They've already paid off with a couple of early interceptions. We'll see how much they continue to do that later in the game.
Caleb under pressure, rolls to his right, has a man, got it at the 48-yard line.
See, that's what they're doing. That's Dolan, again, part of that circus committee that goes up and gets balls in the air. Where he puts this thing on the move.
Good job by Dolan to get up in the air and catch the ball flying high.
I'm telling you guys, sure as I'm sitting here, you will see that a lot from this Duke bunch tonight.
1st and 10 now, ball at the 47. Piled up in the middle, no gain in the middle of that Skutt defense.
Well, the teeth of that Skutt defense is they're here to play tonight. You referenced them in pregame. Lunch pail and hard hat kind of guys.
Benjamin Lane right there making the tackle, one of the leading tacklers on this bunch, and they've got a lot of guys with a lot of tackles on the year. He's one of them.
How many times are we going to call Lane's name tonight this far?
He's been around the ball a lot.
Neville in the backfield along with Caleb. Caleb drops back. He looks to screen out to Neville. Neville's got it. Neville with some room to run. Inside the 30 to the 25. Neville down that far sideline, and a big gain for York.
Again, well diagnosed by Skutt. Just a better throw by Caleb. They go out here with the screen. He feels pressure.
He was looking everybody off right again and try to get that defense moving that way. Pretty much did, but they just could not catch up to Neville right here. Neville showed some good speed to get down the line. 10 receptions on the year, make it 11 now as he heads upfield.
On the D-line, you're taught when you feel screen, you've got to plant and retrace your steps. That was well diagnosed. Just a better touch by Caleb.
Up top and thrown out of bounds. A little wide by Caleb. That'll bring up
Second down and 10 from the 22-yard line. A gain of 31 on that last play on the screen to Neville.
He had the idea or the notion when he released that football that it was going to go up and out. Coverage was there. Just throw the ball out of bounds and live for the next play. The ball way high and way out.
Neville and Robb in the backfield. Screen into the middle for Robb. Robb with it inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line, and another first down for the Dukes.
And the Dukes using the aggressiveness of Skutt on defense. Again, taking that deep drop. Quarterback Caleb's taking that deep drop and getting everybody moving one way or the other, and then center screen. And let's go to town. And they're just about the 12-yard line.
Inside at about
8-yard line. Beg your pardon.
Robb still in the backfield along with Neville. The toss outside. Neville trying to pick his way. And he'll lose about a yard or two on the play.
Good recovery that time by Tyler Weiss. He was blocked on the play. I thought he was blocked out of the play. See right here for Ken, right there. But then he comes back and gets in on the tackle. That's just great effort by Weiss.
So second down, goal to go from the 9. And a flag on the play will blow the play dead.
We got a dead ball, false start on the blue, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So Skip Kennedy will back them up 5 yards, and that will bring up second down, goal to go now from the 14 for Lyndon Califf and the Dukes. Ball reset at the 14. Robb and Neville in the backfield. Califf drops. Tipped by Ben Lane. Got a hand on it.
And you can see the motion right there from Danielson. He wants that thing up a little bit. He is 6'4". He's a long target. Wants a chance to be able to go up and get it. See him motion. He's like, hey, get that thing up.
York very lucky. Damn, they didn't pick off another one right there.
Yeah.
Ty Weiss with the hand on that.
Close.
So now third down and goal to go for the Dukes. Second time they've been in the red zone of the Skyhawks. And across to Dolan. Dolan inside the 10, back to the 6-yard line, but that will bring up fourth down and goal to go.
I don't see an immediate movement on the bench to bring on the field goal team. They look like they're going. He's looking at his play sheet. Where are my money plays? That's what Coach Snodgrass is thinking.
They're just 1 for 4 in the field goal.
He's going to take a timeout.
Field goal category this year, and that was 28 yards. Ryan Dolan is our kicker.
Hey, where was that when he was at Overton? I kind of like that beard. Torres, he turned that program around in Overton. He got those guys in the weight room. Real advanced with their weight room and their technology. Has brought that same tough guy, get you physically fit attitude to York.
Well, in 3 years, Glenn Snodgrass has turned it around. Third year, 19-13 as the head coach. He was the head coach at Overton for 12 years. 96-28, was a state runner-up in 2003 and 2004, and finally broke through, winning the title at Overton in 2006, and now in just 3 years has turned around this Dukes football program and has him here competing for a state championship.
You like his approach in that huddle right there.
Hey, the new NET Nebraska app is available for Android and Apple devices. You can watch live streaming of the NSAA High School Championships, Big Red Wrap-Up, player profiles, so much more. Search the App Store for your free NET Nebraska app or visit netnebraska.org/apps. Fourth down and goal. They will go for it. Lyndon Califf from the shotgun, drops back, looks into the end zone, no pressure, goes to the back end, swung it away. They come away empty. So once again, that Skyhawk defense has turned them away. That's 2 trips now for York in the first half, deep into Skyhawk territory, and have not been able to capitalize.
He had Dolan that came open to his left on the little shallow. It's a little bit of an out route. He kind of angled it to the corner by the end in Nebraska. He chose to go right to the big fella.
Went to the big fella, and the big fella's covered by Zach Zeppelin. Zeppelin, one of their premier players, leading the team in interceptions this year. He knows how to play that ball.
Danielson again wanting.
He was there to make that play.
Wanting him to get that a little higher for him.
So now Ramsey back in there. H.E. Smith with the carry, and he grinds it out past the 10-yard line. Good gain on first down for the Skyhawks.
Krejci, he's crafty. He's got good vision. He's not a physically imposing guy, but is pretty good behind his runs behind his pads, drops his hips. He's falling forward for a guy that's pretty slight.
Krejci Smith with 559 yards on the year, 6 touchdowns, and a very balanced offensive attack. Use La Mancha a lot. Krejci Smith, Joe Dooley. There's pulling out of the belly, flips it out to Krejci Smith, who bobbled it. And right there to tackle is Hayden Robb with the tackle, and Krejci Smith loses 3 on the play.
This play caused by Jonah Otte, 27. See him right there. He's putting the pressure on immediately.
You're fortunate to get that one back.
Got the clubhouse bounce right there.
That was a basketball dribble.
So 3rd down and 6 now. Ball near the 10-yard line. York trying to get off the field here. 3 and out against the Skyhawks. 3rd down and 6. Ramsey drops back. Ramsey pushed out of bounds near the first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Looked a little short.
He might have got that. He's a big kid.
Stick that size 13
stand next to him. Yeah, I thought he might have got that. He's deceptively big.
It is indeed a first down.
One more look at it.
A little too casual here with the push out of bounds.
Out. It's a good mark at about maybe got an extra yard, half yard out of that, I guess. Looked like he was out at the 11. They spotted at the 12.
Okay. I'll go back to my original statement, please.
Krejci Smith puts it on the ground.
Score.
Still on the ground. A bunch of Dukes in there battling for it. 4 Dukes and 1 Skyhawk. We'll see who comes up.
Who's got the strong hands? That's what. There's a lot that goes on at the bottom of these piles.
There's a lot of unidentified people in that pile too. So it's like, I'm here, I got it. Okay.
And it is a fumble. The Dukes come up with it.
I know right now our defensive staff at North would be saying, just get on it, as we take a look at the replay here.
Ball was out. Good call by the officials.
He wants to pick it up and go, just get on it.
Otte again on the hit on that initial hit.
Boy, Dolan fortunate to get that right hand out of there.
Otte is the guy who forced that fumble. Jonah Otte, leading tackler on the team.
So a lot of Vegas gold around the football tonight.
Dukes again now. The toss to Neville, and Neville nifty back inside, move inside the 10. That's enough for a first down. It'll bring up 1st and goal now for the Dukes. 3rd time in this game they've had a 1st and goal situation.
That Skutt defense.
Let him get his shoulder
moving
right
to the
back
left
square.
and get up with the misdirection. Get upfield, and what a hole there for him to run through.
Stuck that left foot in the ground and got right back vertical.
Well, and credit that offensive line over there on that left side. Schaff and Sutter.
From the 9, 1st and goal. Skutt's already given up 150 yards in the game. Trying to get back upfield. J.J. Schultz, he's piled up after a gain of about 1. That'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 8.
Yardage is tough.
That Skyhawk defense closes so quickly.
It's tough down there, that neck of the woods, where real estate is hard to come by. especially when you have a defense like Skutt.
I think York's got to really zero in here on trying to get north and south. Skutt runs real well. East and west is not going to be real good here tonight.
We've seen it twice down here inside the red zone, inside the 10. They've tried to go wide and both times shut down. Califf now in the shotgun. Neville behind him. In motion goes Rob. Across the middle. Is it intercepted? Yes, intercepted. Fourth interception of the game.
I tell you,
and the Skyhawks turn him away again.
Schultz was open early. Took too long to get him the football. Allowed Skutt to close. Shut.
But he had
Schultz
pressure. Watch the pressure.
Right now. That ball's got to be gone. Right
pressure
now.
Coming up the middle created some of that. Created the problem and the missed throw. So
I think Schultz might have even given him the wave. Right now, that ball's got to be gone.
Bauda. It's Ryan Bauda coming right up the middle. Credit that pressure with the errant toss right there. Good work.
I think Schultz waved at him at about the 5. He knew he was open.
Thomas Pivovar with the interception.
We said we'd call his name more than once, and there he is. This guy, you talk about filling in admirably. He is unsung hero for Omaha Skutt.
4 turnovers for the Dukes here in this first half of play as we near the 3-minute mark. Timeout called by the Skyhawks.
Matt Turman directed traffic out there. The Terminator from years ago here at Nebraska. Great to see he and his whole family's involved in athletics. Dad Tim, the head coach of Wahoo Newman. Brother Seth, coaching up at Omaha. Dana,
he's offensive coordinator at Millard West.
Millard West, okay.
And he had some tools to play with this year with draw and
his sisters
involved.
Him. So great family.
Well, if you're trolling around Facebook, why don't you troll on over to the NET Facebook page. Join us at facebook.com/NET Sports and become part of our social conversation. We'd love to hear your thoughts on our coverage here on NET. Find out what happens behind the scenes. It's fast, fun, and easier than ever to be part of our Facebook community on facebook.com/NET Sports. Skutt on top, 7-0. Ball at the 20 after the 4th turnover of this first half. Here's Rachie Smith out near the 25-yard line. Gain of about 5 on first down.
Well, that's amazing. You get ready to stand over the ball, and when you're York on defense, you don't realize that it's 2nd and 5. That's a sneaky quick 5 for a play that you felt like you had diagnosed. That's the tempo and pace at which Rachie Smith hits the hole.
Second down and 6. Ramsey rolls to his right, looks downfield, and underthrows his intended receiver. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. 2:30 to go here in the first half of play. Hey, coming up at halftime, I'll remind you we'll be chatting with Deb Velder, the NSAA Associate Director, about NSAA tennis championships that have been completed this fall. Also, first half highlights, statistics. We'll have it all coming up at halftime of this Class B state championship game.
Just real quickly, Larry, interceptions. Skutt has thrown 2, York 4. As you said a moment ago, we'll finish it after this play.
Dropping back to throw is Ramsey. Under pressure, rolls to his right. He'll keep it. Not enough for the first down. Let's see if...
Boy, I tell you what. Vanderheiden can run. That's the second time it looked like Ramsey had the sticks to make in his sight, and Vanderheiden closes the deal. I'm impressed with his closing speed and ability to redirect.
Like his size also at 6'3", 215. A lot of room to grow there. You see him right there, number 8.
So Mitch Swain in there to punt it away. Danielson is deep for York. Fair catch called for, bobbles it, but falls right on top of it. So Ty Danielson on it from the 45-yard line, 147. Plenty of time for this York offense to try to move it back into Skutt territory.
Well, I tell you, if you're
right there.
If you're York right now, you're feeling fairly fortunate to be a -2. You're down a score. You're in good field position with 1:47 to go in the half. The numbers would indicate so, but you haven't executed in the red zone. You've left a lot of points on the field.
They've thrown 4 interceptions on the evening so far. Damon, 4 penalties ahead in that category also. They have no points as far as turnovers go. They have no points off the turnovers. And in the red zone, 0 for 3. So they've had a tough evening so far.
Incomplete on the toss from Califf out to Dolan.
So that's the matchup right there that they can work on, going to the single receiver side. They can use Danielson or Dolan. Both pretty good wideouts. Still feeling their way along, both of them.
Ball right in the basket right there.
And some of this, guys, I mean,
coming.
Skutt is used to being here. York's still getting familiar with the process.
2nd down and 10. Califf back to pass again, floats one out. And incomplete. Good defensive coverage once again by Zach Zeppelin, who came up with a pick earlier in the half.
Now, we heard about their linebackers' ability, the defensive line ability, and also the secondary ability. We've seen it a time or 2 or 3 here this evening, and Zeppelin showing a great example of good position on a receiver, being in a position to make a play.
Coach Turman, in his crystal ball, it's not often the first thing you ask a coach about what you have to do to be successful. And he says, my secondary has to play well.
So 3rd down and 10 from the 45. Toss over the middle, complete. J.J. Schultz has it, and that's enough for a 1st down. Down to the 41-yard line, into Skyhawk territory.
It's a vulnerable spot in that defense right there in the middle, over the hole as we call it. Good grab.
1:20 and counting here in this first half of play.
Skutt getting in and out of 1 and 2 high disguising coverages. Right now it looks like they're in quarters.
Caleb throws out to Robb. Complete. Clock continues to tick. Near a minute.
I'm thinking there's something to what John Bishop was saying earlier about how maybe the staff from Skutt felt like Califf might be locked and loaded pre-snap. Got to do a little bit better job of looking off this secondary from Skutt. They're too good to be staring guys down.
Califf intercepted, picked off again by Zeppelin. 7th interception of the year and 2nd of the night for Zach Zeppelin. And the turnovers continue for the Dukes.
5th time tonight that York has given the ball away. It looks like Danielson down there.
Ty Danielson, as you said, Adrian.
As I'm telling you, look at his eyes. Eyes. They're just, Skutt is just too good for that. Too good for that. Danielson took a knee right in the rib cage or the stomach area.
Well, we talked about throwing the ball up. That ball was up, but a little bit too up. And no chance at all, and a little off target right there. But my goodness, Zeppelin picks off the pass.
You've got to give them a little bit more, especially in 1 high, where you have a safety that's playing hash to hash. You can manipulate him with your eyes in some subtle shoulder leans if Califf chooses to do so. 2 locked and loaded right now for a secondary.
Good to see
like Skutt.
We'll get it run. Ty Danielson walking off the field, maybe a little bit of a wind knocked out of him. He should be all right and get back.
We have a block on the back, on the white, on the run back. Interception was good. 1st down. Skutt.
So 5 turnovers for York here in this first half of play. Skutt on top 7-0 over York. Inside 40 seconds to go, and the Skutt Skyhawks will take a knee and be happy with this 7-0 lead at the half. As time ticks away, and the turnovers, guys, for the Dukes just continue to pile up now. -3.
But the deal is they've given the ball away so much to score.
Yeah.
That's the important.
They're still in the deal.
They're still in this game without a doubt. So giving away that many and the score 7-0, you're down. Yeah, they still got plenty of chances.
I'm going back to, again, the comments of John Bishop, what Coach Turman talked about. yesterday on the phone, and then how their secondary is actually playing, where they've done enough film study where they felt comfortable saying, hey, listen, this one's on our secondary, and we think we can get some because he doesn't look receivers off. We're going to try to feast on that, and lo and behold, they are.
So we are at the half. Skyhawks on top 7-0. Taking advantage of the turnover. 6 points off of one turnover, but 6 points off of all 5 here in that first half of play. Let's go down in the field. John Bishop is with the York head coach.
Well, Coach, at this point, do you feel fortunate to be only down 7, or a little misfortune that you're not up maybe 21?
Well, it's the second. We've moved the ball. We've been inside 23 times at least, and just, we keep turning it over. So, we should have some points on the board, but we haven't. But credit to their defense. They're doing a great job.
You're obviously still happy to try to throw the football against these guys. Do you maybe switch it up and try to run a little more in the second half?
Well, we're just trying to take what they're giving us, and we're missing some wide open guys, and so we just need to make the throws, and we'll be just fine. Linden is a great quarterback, and he'll settle down, and he'll be fine in the second half.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
So we are at the half. The Skyhawks on top in the Class B state championship, leading the York Dukes. It's 7-0, Skyhawks.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
When you've been around for more than a century, you understand the power of generations, the value of nurturing and developing those who will carry on the legacy of agriculture and food production. That's why the Aurora Cooperative helps young people gain the experience, expertise, and wisdom to feed the world, be good stewards, become responsible community leaders, and continue setting the example for the generations that follow. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Hello, I'm Kevin Kugler, inviting you to join the NET Sports Partners Club. With your support, NET brings you hundreds of hours of sports action each year. You count on NET for Husker Volleyball, Big Red Wrap-Up, and all the outstanding college and high school championship sports action in Nebraska. NET is Nebraska's home for sports, and sports partners like you make it happen. Thank you.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, by Education Quest Foundation, and by the Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Back at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, halftime at the Class B state championship. The Skyhawks taking advantage of those turnovers on top of York. It's 7-0. Joining us now is NAA Associate Director Deb Velter. Deb, always good to have you with us. We're going to talk about tennis, and I know you're always looking for good venues and places to hold your state tennis tournaments.
That's correct. We've been hosting our state tennis championships in Omaha for Class A and in Lincoln for Class B, and those bids are up this year, and we'll be looking at some venues for the future.
So you typically have communities from across the state looking to host state tennis?
Not a lot of opportunities out there to host, mainly because we look for facilities that can facilitate both indoor and outdoor courts. Even though tennis is our outdoor sport, there are times that we have no choice but to play indoor.
Let's talk about the championships this year. How was your weather?
The weather this year was a little cool, but it was great for the players. The spectators are the ones that struggle a little bit. But both Class A and B came down to the final matches of the final day, and both of the championships came home to Lincoln this year in both Class A and B. So it was an exciting tournament.
Tennis continues to be a popular sport, and the NSAA continues to grow. You crowned a couple of champions. As you said, they came home to Lincoln. Lincoln Southwest winning it in Class A. Lincoln Pius the 10th in Class B as we take a look at highlights.
Right. It was very exciting. The teams get very excited. Participation in tennis is very important because it is a great activity in itself, but it also offers progression to other activities in which the students take part in, and so it keeps them busy year-round.
Did look like it was a little windy out there.
A little bit windy. Thank goodness for that individual that invented the windscreens.
Yeah, we saw some fans bundled up with these guys in short sleeves. It doesn't seem to bother them at all. Let's take a look, as we said. Lincoln Southwest in Class A winning the state boys tennis championships, and Pius in Class B is your boys state tennis tournament championship. Now, I know one of the other things you're passionate about, and NSAA is passionate about, is continuing education and opportunities for your coaches to learn. Talk about that.
That is correct. Coaches' education is very important because we want these individuals to understand that serving as a coach, you are also serving as a teacher, and your court or your playing field is also an extension of the classroom. So we try to stress very heavily the importance of the behaviors being consistent on and off the field. Every head and assistant coach in the state of Nebraska for NSAA activities is required to possess either a current Nebraska teaching certificate or a special services certificate for coaching that stresses the coursework in fundamentals of coaching and sports first aid, and with strong emphasis on human relations to be able to work with students in all levels, from diversities to needs, so that they can be coached to the best of their ability.
Deb, appreciate you joining us as always.
Anytime. Thank you.
That's Deb Velter, and now time for a very special presentation. And for that, we go to our public address announcer. Here's Rich Broderson.
The Nebraska School Activities Association and U.S. Cellular are proud to recognize outstanding achievement by high school activities programs in Nebraska. Since 2008, the U.S. Cellular Cup has been presented to schools earning this annual NSAA All Activities Award. This evening's U.S. Cellular Cup presentations for 2012-2013 will be made by U.S. Cellular Retail Sales Manager Jared Blakey and NSAA Board of Directors Party. U.S. Cellular Cup champions in the Class D All-School Division, represented tonight by Athletic Director Tony Allen and student Ty Eiler from St. Mary's High School. Representing the Class C All-School Division, winners are Dave Calling and student representative Molly Klingensmith of Kearney Catholic High School. The Class B winner of 2 U.S. Cellular Cups in the all-school and boys divisions for the second consecutive year. Here are Activities Director Mike McMahon and student Alex Banker from Skutt Catholic High School. Another 2 division winner in the Class A all-school and girls divisions, represented this evening by Activities Director Tim Allward and student Noah Applegate, is Lincoln Pius X High School. A first-time U.S. Cellular Cup winner, the Class D Girls Division champions, represented by Activities Director Sandy Nelson and student Melanie Stratman, is Guardian Angels Central Catholic. The Class C Girls Division champions for the 5th consecutive year, represented by Athletic Director Gary Pitts and student Kara Moore from Columbus Scotus High School. Accepting this evening for the Class B Girls Division's repeating champions are Activities Director Roger Ortmeyer and student representative Nicole Hartmutler of Elkhorn South High School. Introducing first-time winner in the Class D Boys Division. Here are Athletic Director Claire Colleen and student Nick Miller from Hartington High School. Another first-time champion in the Class C Boys Division and represented by Activities Director Dan Desmond and Student Representative Trev Mumm of Thayer Central High School. And for the 5th consecutive year in the Class A Boys Division, here are Director of Athletics Dr. Dan Schinzel and Student Representative Davis Erker from Creighton Preparatory School. On behalf of U.S. Cellular and the Nebraska School Activities Association, congratulations to the 2012-2013 U.S. Cellular Cup champions. Let's give them a big round of applause.
So there are your U.S. Cellular Cup Award winners, and here is a look one more time as we recap. The Class D was won by St. Mary's. Class C, Kearney Catholic, as you saw. Skutt Catholic in Class B, and Lincoln Pius X in Class A. Congratulations to all of our award winners in the girls division. It was GACC, Columbus Scotus in C, Elkhorn South in Class B, and Lincoln Pius X swept the boys and girls side. And the boys division won by Hartington in Class D, Thayer Central in C, Skutt Catholic in B, and Creighton Prep boys win the U.S. Cellular Cup Award. Congratulations to all of the winners. Stats and highlights still to come. We are at halftime of the Class B title game.
School's almost over. What's next? I mean, what are my choices? I want to find something I love, so I can make a life for myself. And then I can give back. So, how do I get there?
Take the next step with Education Quest College Planning Services by visiting educationquest.org.
Methodist Health System is pleased to sponsor NET Television. Together, Methodist Hospital, Methodist Women's Hospital, Methodist Jenny Edmondson, and Methodist Physicians Clinic serve the healthcare needs of families throughout the Omaha and Council Bluffs area. We offer care for your entire family, as well as specialty care for cancer and cardiac, women's services, surgical care, intensive care for newborns, and much more. Methodist. That's the meaning of care.
When you've been around for more than a century, you understand the power of generations, the value of nurturing and developing those who will carry on the legacy of agriculture and food production. That's why the Aurora Cooperative helps young people gain the experience, expertise, and wisdom to feed the world, be good stewards, become responsible community leaders, and continue setting the example for the generations that follow. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together, we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Halftime at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. Skutt Skyhawks, York Dukes, and it's Skutt on top 7-0 at the half. Let's see how we got to this point, and we're going to see in the highlights just a lot of turnovers, guys.
A lot of turnovers indeed, 7 to be exact in the first half, as we see Ryan Dolan right there on the play. Good defensive work right there by 79 Braden Knight. And then off to the races. Evan Neville usually their most reliable running back, also catches the ball very well. Neville again, as we see that running prowess up through the middle.
Third time in red zone right there to come up with no points.
And then the pick when they're inside the red zone. Skyhawks come up with one of 5 INTs in the first half.
Ben Lane right there on the interception. Great job right here. As Zach Zeppelin, salty football player in that secondary.
He's got some good athletic genes.
Once again, Zeppelin making the play.
7 interceptions on the year, and one of those turns into a sneak. And that sneak for the touchdown is where we are at, 7-0. And now let's go down to John Bishop.
Well, so far, so good. As far as getting turnovers are concerned, now how can you convert more of those into points?
You know, two good defenses going at it right now, and you know, we knew our kids coming in could create a lot of turnovers. We just got to capitalize a little more, maybe be a little more patient. I can get a little greedy sometimes with the play calling, but hopefully we can slow things down and establish a running game.
How would you like to move the ball? Just run the football a little more?
That would be perfect, because that keeps their offense off the field, and they got a pretty prolific offense.
All right, good luck second half.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, halftime, Skyhawks on top, 7-0 on the Dukes. When we come back, second half on its way.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Methodist Health System is pleased to sponsor NET Television. Together, Methodist Hospital, Methodist Women's Hospital, Methodist Jenny Edmondson, and Methodist Physicians Clinic serve the healthcare needs of families throughout the Omaha and Council Bluffs area. We offer care for your entire family, as well as specialty care for cancer and cardiac, women's services, surgical care, intensive care for newborns, and much more. Methodist. That's the meaning of care.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, by Education Quest Foundation, and by the Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Back at Memorial Stadium, Class B state championship. Skyhawks on top of the Dukes. It's 7-0 as we get set for second half action. And both coaches are probably just saying, let's continue to do more of what we've done, minus the turnovers. Here's a look at the statistics.
Look at that total yardage. Skutt's just 61 yards on the evening so far versus York at 168. But then go down to that turnover line. 7 turnovers.
Wow.
5 of those all interceptions by York here in the first half. We were talking earlier in the break here. It's got to almost be a record, don't you think, guys?
Oh, my goodness.
7 turnovers in the first half in a state championship game. We'll try to find out if that is indeed the case, but apparently that number is not.
Yeah, don't keep those records, huh?
Yeah, so, but incredible numbers right there. But Skutt just 61 yards total on the evening, and they lead in this football game.
Ryan Dolan to kick it away. High kick into the air. Fair catch called for at the 32-yard line, and that's where the Skyhawks will take over.
Chance to really set the tone either way. You know, Skutt has a chance to show that first half wasn't a fluke, sans the turnovers, that, hey, They're committed to the ground game, and York got a chance to make a statement and get an early 3 and out here. Much like our last 2 games in D2 and D1, the first half, or the first series, told us a lot about how the second half was going to go. Exeter Milligan answering, and St. Francis doing what they, Sacred Heart doing what they do, excuse me.
Skutt begins in the eye, the toss out to Krejci Smith, who bangs out past the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 4 yards on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and 6, the stop by John Fletcher.
Brett Laventia this time leading up into the hole for Krejci Smith to cut off that block. Excellent block, a little ISO block up inside there behind that left side, behind Grant Sutterth and Brock Schuff again. Those guys clearing the path.
Now La Mancha and Krejci Smith in the backfield. Fakes the give. Throws out in the flat. Incomplete.
Did I get a beanbag there? Is that a fumble or an incomplete? That looked like a forward pass. We're going to talk about it and probably wave that off.
Still discussing as they're looking at the spot. And now incomplete is the call. A bit of a conversation there as they respot the ball. One more look.
I don't see that well, but I can see that.
That's a definite forward pass.
Yeah, indeed.
So 3rd down and 6.
It's a big stop here. Doing some weird things with the slot.
On the toss, Krejci Smith keeps the feet churning and gets out near the 38-39 yard line. And a flag comes in late into the pile.
Might be that hit at the end there.
J.J. Vanderheiden.
And a blow to the head called on the York Dukes.
Questionable hit right here at the end. Right there.
You don't know if he's going to spin out of the back of that. I don't know. You don't want him lunging for yards. I don't know about that one.
And he went shoulder first, too. That's a tough call.
And did you see the ball carrier's head? The head had snapped, so he got him in the head.
No, I think he got him in the back of the shoulder blades.
I thought so, too. Yep.
We maybe will not see
Glenn Snodgrass. Glenn agrees with Damon and I think.
All right.
And the give to Krejci Smith. He's got some room. If he cuts it outside, he had all day, battles his way, keeps those feet churning inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line. Great carry by Dakota Krejci Smith.
Little split zone action. It is really tough on that interior. What little counter action. Nice pull there. Look, it's old school counter. Well done. That's twice we've seen that. We almost thought that play was obsolete. I'm telling you, you don't see that a ton in the Metro.
Well, that whole Skutt line, basically all seniors, blocking that play to the right side, Kramer and Thielen.
33-yard gain on the play, and then they give it up the middle to La Mancha.
You're hard-pressed to find a tight end sometimes on Friday nights in the Metro, let alone good old-fashioned tag.
Good gain on first down by La Mancha of 6 yards.
Head coach Matt Turman wanted to keep that offense on the field, keep ball control, try to get points out of it, and i.e. keep the York offense off the field. They're doing a pretty good job of it thus far.
Give to Krejci Smith, tries to kick it outside. That time he'll be piled up in the backfield. Tackle led by number 45, Troy Taylor.
Oh, deja vu, too. The last time Skutt got points, it was aided on a 15-yard penalty. They're down here knocking on the door again. Well, he fit nicely through that. Head down, you get down. We say that a lot. When you get action away from you, get down the line.
3rd down and 8 for the Skyhawks. Ramsey under pressure. Eludes the tackler, looks upfield. Pressured again. Spins out of another tackle. Inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. That will bring up 4th down and 3.
And miraculously got the ball back to the middle of the field.
Watch the footwork here. Watch the elusiveness of Ramsey. One miss already. Avoids people right there. A miss right here. Finally goes down, but as Damon said, get the football back to the middle as they come out, set it up.
30-yard field goal try by Mitch Swain. His long on the year is 41. 30-yarder on the way. It is up, and it is good.
Yeah. We've seen that act a lot for those of us that are anywhere near 156th in center. Their special teams is pretty tough. We said earlier he'd get another crack at it. He's pretty accurate, big-time leg, too.
So the 30-yard field goal is good, and that extends that Skutt lead 10-0, and that call big. They had him stopped on 3rd down. It was going to be 4th and short. The penalty comes in and keeps that drive moving. Well, if you're on Facebook.com and trolling your friends, why not stop by our Facebook page at Facebook.com/NET Sports. Great opportunity to leave your comments on our state championship broadcast. We'd love to hear what you think. You can join the fun on Facebook.com/NET Sports.
All right, now Skutt isn't going to give you too much on defense in way of cheapies. This is about as big a gap as you'd like to see if you're York. You got to keep this thing within 2 scores.
Kicking away is Mitch Swain. It'll be taken at the 10-yard line, and then on the reverse, given to Dolan. Dolan down that far side. Dolan still on his feet, inside out near the 50, inside of Skyhawk territory on a nice return by Ryan Dolan.
He's what we like to call sneaky fast. He's a scooter, but has good speed here as they set up the nice little reverse play.
Handling that ball back there, always at risk, but handled it very well as he sets up to the inside. And excellent work by Mitch Swain to make that tackle out to the 50-yard, just beyond the 50. And now
I think you got to do something with this, don't you, Abe? I mean, you first and 10 from the 50.
The first thing they got to do is hang on the ball. That's the first thing they got to do. Don't give the football away. Do that and then run your offense from there. So, yeah, it's time. Although it's a 10-point game, and you know, you'd like to think as we do in football, 10 points, that's a margin that you can overcome. But
especially if you're York.
This is the defense you're looking at, though. This Skutt defense doing pretty good. That's what they've given up. They're that 9 allowed is average for the season. And right now
they've already given up, exceeded their allotment. If you're York, maybe a double move. A look off. There's a double move.
There it is. Rolls to his right under pressure. He'll get rid of it. And caught along that near sideline. Again, about 8, it'll bring up 3rd down, but coming back to the catch was Ty Danielson.
They're plenty capable. It's almost like they can't get out of their own way. They did try the double move.
Well, there you see the coverage way off. Part of the reason that Danielson was able to come up free.
You almost can't stop that on the roll. He threw it short. Receiver working his way back.
Well, that's Zeppelin on the coverage, and he's, as we said earlier in the show, he's a doggone good cornerback back there. But he was way off on the play.
Important play here early in this 3rd quarter of play. 3rd down and 3 at the 8-minute mark. Up top. And he's hit hard and buried in the backfield. Flag on the play also.
Now they didn't blow the play dead. Are we looking at procedure? Not an official, but I'll play one from up here. I thought originally it was going to be 2-down territory. They might rethink that.
Not enough men on the line of scrimmage on the blue. That's a 5-yard penalty. You guys decline it, right? The penalty will be declined. 3rd down.
Now that's
Skip Kennedy clarifying for us. They will decline.
That actually would make it 4th down.
4th down and 10, a loss of 7 on the sack.
This is a big time call right here. There is no kicking unit coming out on the field.
They are going for it on 4th and 10. Timeout. The officials will get together.
Not sure if it was a timeout or just the officials.
I think Coach Snodgrass was asking if it was a dead ball foul. But it's not. Okay. So he just wanted.
He just wanted to know if it was third down or fourth down. So he's got,
well, he said third down and they declined it.
So he had 3 fingers up there.
Right.
So he's confused about the call by Kennedy and where we're at. And it's fourth on the board.
They're going for it on 4th down and 10. And now they will drop into punt formation.
First punt of the evening for the Dukes.
Lyndon Caloff. Caloff to punt it away. Lands at the 20 and takes a bounce for the Dukes at about the 15-yard line, but I believe it was touched at the 19, and that's where the spot will be.
That's a valid question by Coach Snodgrass. He heard third down as the utterance, and when it went to 4th, wanted clarification on the down. He knew it wasn't a dead ball because that's not what procedure is.
It's the difference between having another play and not.
Well, Big Red wrap-up scheduled to be on tomorrow night on Tuesday, but this week, due to the NSAA football championships, it's being moved to a new time. Wrap-up can be received on Wednesday night with special guest Mike Babcock from Hale Varsity. Plus, we'll look ahead to Friday's game with the Hawkeyes. You can join us. The Big Red wrap-up this week, a special time, Wednesday, 7 Central, right here on NET1. Skyhawks now with a 10-point lead and the ball, 7:28 to go in this third quarter. Back out there is Isaiah Ramsey in that Skyhawk offense. Big 3 points last time out of the field. Takes the give, out into the flat. Good move by Zach Zeppelin, who spins out of a tackle.
Well, that is good short area burst. You thought that went from 2nd and 9 to 2nd and 1. His ability to get vertical right away.
Well, John Fletcher on the coverage out there. Actually, John was in pretty good position right here, number 23, with that head fake. Went for the head fake and just left with air. And fortunately, he got help from his buddies over there as Knight came over to help out on the tackle.
Great big line splits that Skutt uses, if you notice, too. That is equally challenging for an odd front like York with only 3 guys where you don't cover the guards. They can really negotiate and manipulate space.
What's the call, Adrian?
Well, I tell you what, I think he made it.
Yeah, that's a first down.
Yeah.
Right about the tip of the ball. Right where that white stripe is.
Understands.
So first down for the Skyhawks.
Not bad. Good blind guy.
6 floors up, not bad. First down and 10 now. Ball on the 29. You see the Skyhawk offense beginning to get more comfortable as the game goes on.
Boy, those line splits are amazing.
Give to La Mancha. La Mancha rumbles past the 30 at the 32, near the 33-yard line.
I mean, those look to be a yard and a half. And when you're York and you're in that 30 front, I mean, those splits are huge. They're getting nice, natural blocking angles just by the splits alone.
Second down and 6 after the gain of 4 by La Mancha. H.E. Smith. Hard in the middle of that York defense. Ronaldo Trevino with the tackle.
It's going to create about a third and call it 4, a little over 4 yards.
This is a big stop right here.
York needs to exactly do that, and they didn't do it last series, but they've got to start to do something with the ball. And
now you're looking at field position too, because another first down extends this, by at least another 10 yards, 12 yards with special teams.
Third down and 3. And it looks like that defense for the Dukes jumped, and that would be a first down unless they were drawn off. Let's see what Skip Kennedy says.
Who starts clapping first?
We have a dead ball, encroachment on the defense.
First down.
5-yard penalty. Results in the first down.
Go down to the field to John Bishop. John. You know, Damon, you're talking about those line splits. I'm watching more from the end zone angle, and you literally can fit another body in between the center and the guard.
Yeah,
so you talk about those line splits, they are big.
They are huge. And I'm telling you, look at this odd 30 front, the 30 front that York likes to use. That spacing is unbelievable.
Giving the backfield to Joe Dooley, who's now back in at running back. Dooley out to the 45, a gain of 4. One more look
at that. I mean, you're talking 2 yards.
The left side there in particular.
I mean, you can pin, pull, you can stretch.
Jonah Adi with the tackle. Second down, they'll call it 7. Under pressure. Steps up and he's dropped in the backfield. Marvin Lazo on the sack, his 7th quarterback sack of the season. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Skyhawks.
Ramsey trying to go to the outside with the throw, but pressure from the outside is going to prohibit that. See it right there. I think that is that Neville? Was that 22 Neville? 23.
Not quite the same.
Fletcher.
Not quite the same scenario as Georgia Southern in Florida, but Ramsey's only 1 of 6 passing. They're up 2 scores.
Rolling to his left. Looks downfield. Got a man wide open for a first down.
You got that one. Yeah, and I'd find that guy. You got to get the deuce loose. That's number 3.
Huge from the standpoint of the clock, too. It's 4:22 and counting right now. Or 4:32, beg your pardon. And this is going to give them the first down. Fresh set of downs to burn more clock.
Is that O'Brien?
Ty O'Brien.
Close to 2.5 minutes after this gets over or thereabouts.
Those uniforms will play tricks on you with trying to read the number.
Big 20-yard gain for Ty O'Brien off the throw from Isaiah Ramsey. So Ramsey now gives to H.E. Smith up the middle. Not much there. Tackle made by John Fletcher.
I tell you, playing against Skutt is it's like a boxing match against a body puncher. You know, they continually work you over. You start protecting your ribs a little bit, and all of a sudden they deliver that KO shot to the head.
Second down and 9. Slipping through is Joe Dooley at running back. Dooley stacked up after a gain of a couple. That will take it down to the 36-yard line. Brings up 3rd down now and 6.
And what's interesting, if Skutt wanted to off that counter action, the cutback is there because of the great big splits. Even by the time the end closes, there's such a natural bubble from center to the inside shoulder of the guard. It's almost impossible to close unless you stunt into it.
Third down and 6.
Once again,
encroachment again.
Now, see, I don't like that call because once the quarterback goes towards the center and backs out, that.
We have a dead ball, false start.
Yeah, that's
on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still, 3rd down.
That's the right call there.
So that'll back him up 5, make it 3rd down and 11 for Isaiah Ramsey. Skutt on top 10-0 here in this 3rd quarter, inside 3 minutes. Skutt has capitalized on multiple turnovers by this York offense. 5 in the first half. 5 interceptions in the first half. Ramsey tripped up and brought down by a very active John Fletcher, who comes up with the tackle.
There's a guy that really wanted to get to the play. Coming on the pressure, watch him here, 23. He got blocked right there, got knocked out of the way, comes back and makes the tackle. That's just supreme effort by Fletcher.
Yeah, this is Jim Carrey. So you're saying I got a chance. That stop was huge. Couldn't afford to give up many more points. They have been tough to come by. As a matter of fact, you don't have any.
Swain in there to punt it away. Bobbled again, ball on the ground, still on the ground. Looks like it was recovered by the Skyhawks. Another York turnover.
They haven't seen anything like this in a long time from this quality of football team. I believe that's their sixth turnover on the night, and York is but I mean, it's unfortunate for those that are seeing York for the first time, because this is not indicative or typify their program. This is a team that simply is not operating well on the big stage, not having been there before.
5 interceptions, and now the fumble goes the other way, and so make it a total of 6.
Ty Danielson had it in his hand. It slips away. Just looked up a little too soon. Couldn't get it. Another opportunity there, and finally, the Skyhawks on top of it. 6 turnovers on the night. They toss outside. Joe Dooley down to the 15-yard line.
He sees that cut back too. I'm telling you, there is such full flow on counter. The minute he gets square, that crease will open up. Got to be very careful if you're on the backside of that York defense. Now the big splits are on the right side.
Give up the middle. La Mancha carrying tacklers down to the 2-yard line. Big carry by Brett La Mancha.
They might not have the advantage of seeing what we're seeing, but they're creating the running lanes due to the big splits. You watch it here on the little quick hitter.
Blocking over there, that's 52, Nick Peterson.
Just a little pin and pull.
Nick that block to kick it out and let La Mancha take it up inside and almost get to the end zone. La Mancha just bull on his neck, making a move over 700 yards this year in running the football.
It acts like trap. It's such a quick hitter. You get pinned, guard pulls around with the kick out. Nice, clean running lane.
First and goal from the 2. Ramsey keeps it himself right up the middle, and touchdown for Isaiah Ramsey. Skutt on top, 16-0.
Now it's become a mind game.
This game keeps going the way it is. It's pretty much in the bag.
Yeah, it's become a mind game for York. I mean, you've got to circle the wagons here if you're a Dukes fan and understand that these wounds have been self-inflicted. You're getting some good secondary play, but you shot yourself in the foot, not valuing the football.
How many times in the last couple of weeks, Damon, have we heard you can't give the ball away X amount and expect to win? Well, we're talking about 6 giveaways here in this ball game, and you just can't win doing it.
And when you're playing against Skutt, they're the perfect opponent to take your will. You know, I like to say we refer to these guys, they're soul snatchers. They don't change the way that they play.
Here's Ramsey going in for the touchdown. Easy.
Ramsey with the touchdown. The extra point is through by Swain, and Skutt is on top and in command, 17-0 here near the end of the 3rd quarter in this Class B state championship. Well, tonight on NET television, routine traffic stops are turning into big marijuana busts along Nebraska's Interstate 80 and Marijuana Crossroads. NET News explores the growing marijuana industry coming from Colorado and how Nebraskans will respond. Marijuana Crossroads airs after the Class B championship game. That's tonight, right here on NET1 at 10 p.m. Central. Go down to the field to John Bishop.
This game, they're going to have to do something that nobody has done against this Skyhawk team since August. And that's a long time ago. I can tell you that for a fact because it doesn't feel like August right now. They gave up 28 points in a loss to Gretna. Since then, they've posted 3 shutouts. 3 other games were in single digits, and the most they've given up since that opening game, 14 points.
Fake reverse that time. It'll be kept, and up the field goes Dolan. Dolan out near the 40. A couple of big returns for Ryan Dolan.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. He's wishing he'd have stayed outside. That thing parted like the Red Sea for him. Again, you got to stay. We got to stay as best you can. You've got to stay within the confines of who you are if you're the Dukes from York, because what you're going to do is you're going to play into the hands of Skutt and that ball hawking secondary. Understand 1 and 2 high and where your matchups are pre-snap.
Trips wide to the right. Given the backfield and drug from behind, and a good tackle up front. Ryan Boda with the tackle. Boda's been a busy guy this fall.
Tell you what, their stars have been stars tonight. Between Piv and Boda.
Well,
Zeppelin.
Zach Zeppelin.
I mean, they're
all these guys they've stepped up and have been able to get the job done. Ben Winkie.
Bode has certainly been busy tonight.
Don't forget about that guy, Ben Lane. Underappreciated. Does just a little bit of everything.
We got a dead ball. Ball start on the blue.
It's an awful lot of whistles tonight.
Still, second down.
And the Dukes just keep kicking themselves in the shin. That will back them up one more time. Glenn Snodgrass trying to keep his team up. There's Matt Turman talking things over with his quarterback. Second down and 19. Drugged down again in the backfield.
Well, Matt Turman talked about his team's ability, his defensive ability to get off blocks. We have seen a lot of that tonight. Saw it right there on that play. Watch left side of the screen right there, off the block, make the hit.
Sam Elliott with that. Sam Elliott with the tackle, and the Skyhawks are in control here as we head to quarter number 4, 17-0.
High school's almost over. Now what? I wish I knew what to do, or even what I can do. I know I want something more. Something I can be proud of. So, how do I get there?
Take the next step with Education Quest College Planning Services by visiting educationquest.org.
Participating in Nebraska high school activities has taught me about teamwork.
I've learned how to lead among my peers.
At my high school, I have set goals and I work hard to accomplish them.
I like to run on my cross country team. It makes me feel good about myself.
Thank you, Nebraska, for your support of the Nebraska School Activities Association.
Ready to begin fourth quarter play here in the Class B state championship. Skutt on top of York. 17-0, and a big play to begin this fourth quarter for this Duke offense. 3rd and 20. As they find themselves desperately needing to get something going with just 12 minutes left in the contest. Under pressure. Slips one tackle, does not get by the second.
Just relentless.
DJ McCargo with the tackle.
It's somebody different every other play. They just take turns tagging off, making plays. That's the team concept that we talked about it in the pregame.
McCargo on the year, 56 of those. And he gets that tackle for a loss right there.
It was Ryan Boda who was in there first. And Boda continues his impressive night. You know, I mentioned before, he's had a busy fall. He's also in the school play. So he's been going to football practice and then spending 2 or 3 hours later at night in the school play and still getting straight A's. It's a nice little resume built for Boda.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there aren't a lot of kids in the hallway that are making fun of him for being in the performing arts either.
Yeah,
from what we've seen tonight, he'll smack you too.
Performance of Les Mis.
Just very quickly here, guys. Total yards through 3. Skutt 95 total yards. York -5. York passing yardage 0, penalty yardage 3 for 25, and of course those turnovers we talked about.
Skyhawks take over in York territory. Krejci Smith
creeping up on the 22-minute time of possession mark as well in their favor by approaching close to 8 minutes.
Those, by the way, were third quarter numbers, not full game.
It's tough for a team that spends a good chunk of their time in the weight room.
Ball's out. That's a fumble.
That is a fumble.
Did he fall on it? He might have fallen right back on top of it. Let's see who came up with it. 17-0 Skutt. Here's Dooley on the outside. Dooley brought down.
Boy, that's a good job by York getting off blocks out on the edge. That looked like a big play waiting to happen. Those guys made plays on the edges against wide receivers.
Mitch Friesen on the tackle.
And Dooley trying to get up to, well, he did get up to the sticks.
Hey, that was just about a house call. He almost split the difference there.
3rd down and less than 1. Oh, running out of the eye. La Mancha. Dooley behind him. Give to La Mancha. Steps through. 1st down for the Skyhawks and moving the chains, keeping the clock running here in the 4th.
Just a trap block coming up back to the other side. Tackle over there. Dushot making the play, clearing the way. 1st down picked up.
La Mancha with over 750 yards rushing on the season.
Is it the man of La Mancha or just the man?
He is the man.
Because he has played well tonight.
He's just the man tonight.
The man La Mancha, what he is. Rolling to his left is Ramsey under pressure and brought down, sacked by Jonah Otte. Ramsey wanted a call as he looked up at the official. Jonah.
Take a look right here as Otte coming up and had him around left guard on that top.
I think that one's all right.
Either way.
You know, York fans are thinking, well, could we get a break? Well, actually, they're not watching television because I think everybody that's from York is here tonight. Wow, they got to be 2K deep over there.
2nd down, 13 here. Good carry by Dooley.
Hey, that is really tough. We have to stop some of these similar plays out of the split like this with the pulling guard. It is really tough on your linebackers because look what they see. They see action away.
Nick Peterson's right there
back the other way.
Nick Peterson, the guard, pulling from that right guard spot. There he is, 52 right there, coming out and then upfield.
You know, I say tongue-in-cheek, you don't see that a lot on Friday nights. There's one team I know that has become very adept at running a split counter. We're over there on 40th and aim.
There's Peterson on the 1st block.
Which school is that?
I have no idea. Omaha West Side.
Should be a good game tomorrow.
That North Omaha district.
That's right. Injury on the field. Looks like maybe.
It looks like cramps down there. Initially, that's what I thought. He had that leg up and there, bend that toe. Throw a bucket of water on him. They'll be ready.
Well, I tell you what, I'm just watching Skutt go to work in terms of what they do and the simplicity in which they do it. They've got a few wrinkles, you know, series offense. If they show us this, then this is what we'll do. But they stay within the scope of the strength of that football team. They've established their identity and they do it well. All these interchangeable parts. And I understand. I mean, they were the darlings coming in. They were ranked high. They were in everybody's preseason top 2 or 3. The thing about it is they've had to battle injuries, they've had to battle the expectation levels, and they've had a ton of interchangeable parts. They haven't been healthy all year. Here's another quarterback.
Here's another point about Skutt is, you know, we talked about them giving up 9 points a game. York came in averaging 40 points a game. There you see the yardage again.
That's a big boy offense they're shutting down.
York came in averaging 40 points a game. They have yet to put it up.
Dead ball. Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
They're not shutting down any one-dimensional offense.
But with their defense playing the way they are, they need to run about 3.5 minutes off this clock and get it to that point. If the score stays the same as what it is, they got themselves another championship.
3rd down and 8 now. The toss outside. Dooley makes the corner. Boy, what a great work for the secondary. J.J. Schultz up from that cornerback spot.
Unheralded player. Pretty good two-way player thus far that I've seen tonight from Schultz. A good tackle. Look at him double leg here. Come here.
Got the head in the right place. Just a sophomore. Execution right there by J.J. Schultz.
Showed some good hands on a couple of receptions earlier. He was missed in the end zone on a ball that was delivered late. Omaha Skutt is not in a hurry. Look at Turman. He knows every trick in the book. He watches clock. He understands when to signal in plays and when to take a timeout. Now, he says.
Timeout called, 4th down and 5. Matt Turman will take the timeout, talk it over with his quarterback Isaiah Ramsey as he brings the team over. 7:34 to go here in this 4th quarter action. We've had 2 state champs already crowned today. This will be the 3rd. Another day coming your way tomorrow right here on NET as we have C1, C2, and tomorrow night we have the Class A state championship where our broadcast partner Damon Benning will be on the sideline for it.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow night from what I hear. Hey, we want to encourage you to shoot us an email. Let us know what you think of our coverage right here on NET Sports. You can send your comments to sports@netnebraska.org. Not only do we want to hear your comments, but our sponsors are appreciative of your kind words as well. We did get one in from North Dakota. It says, NET, thank you for covering this Class B championship game. I'm watching from North Dakota State in Fargo, North Dakota. I play for the Bison here, and unfortunately I couldn't make the drive down for the game because we're preparing for another run at an FCS national title game. But thanks to your network, I can catch the boys back home, compete for the state title. I'm so proud of how hard they've worked and what they have accomplished. Thanks again, Christian Dudzik, former Skutt quarterback, class of 2010.
Wonderful.
How cool is that?
Outstanding player, and you know,
he played early there too. I mean, he jumped right into a big boy program and held his own.
Bison rated #1. Our good friend Craig Bowl, the head coach there.
That's right. On 4th and 5. Steps back and then gets enough for the 1st down.
Boy, that is Operation Backbreaker right there.
Completion out to Ty O'Brien.
That's a shaky spot though, LP. I'm not so sure. There we go. Okay. Hey, Coach Turman, saying, hey, don't work backwards. Get up the field.
You work back.
Looking again. Looked off to the left.
Didn't have
back
it there.
to the right.
That right there about cost him.
And then that surge got it.
Good awareness right there by O'Brien, knowing that I just need to get upfield and pick up another yard, maybe 1.5 yards, and I got the 1st down, and we are sitting in pretty good shape.
Matt Turman talks about the career highs in his coaching career. He says the best was winning the title in 2005. Another highlight was playing for the title in 2009. Of course, in 2005, they beat McCook. In 2009, lost to Aurora, 34-21. That was when Aurora won back-to-back. Of course, his 2005 title came at the hands of McCook. That was a tough game, 6-0. Skutt won that.
Yeah, those folks know each other real well. These guys have developed quite a friendship over the last few years of doing battle with one another.
Heartbreaking loss for Jeff Gross. He's saying, thanks for reminding me.
Two of the very, very finest programs and community programs in the state.
Second down and 15.
Let's sit down and pick Coach Gross's brain about how to do feeder programs. I think he does it better than anybody else around and out there in western Nebraska. He has cornered the market on how to groom young men and at the youth level into good high school football players.
He reaches down several levels out there in McCook and the surrounding area.
You fly me out there in your chopper, LP. You know, it's a little far for me to drive.
Don't have a chopper. You could do the corporate jet.
Okay. I'm not picky now. He's driving.
I thought you had a motorcycle, right?
No. Putney Family Corporate.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you the tail number, but
look at this.
I could follow me.
With a slick ball hand.
Ramsey still with it, stepping out inside the 10-yard line. Enough for a 1st down on 3rd and 10. Big carry for Ramsey.
Just cooler than a fan right here. Look at this.
You all go left, I'm going right.
Unbelievable.
Block right there. Good blocking downfield once again.
Now, this isn't in our backyard.
Right, that's right.
This is in Memorial State. Look at this.
It looked like it, didn't it?
Do you think he has confidence that he has been coached well?
Yeah.
And watch, he turns and looks at Coach Turman. He said, I didn't mean to step out of bounds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was Bada downfield.
I meant to stay in, Coach.
Ryan Bada headed downfield making that block. Like extra 5-6 yards.
Give here. Gracie Smith inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line.
I'm just amazed at how tough and hard and strong he runs.
Yeah, he can't be more than 150, 55 pounds.
He's exactly 5'8", that, 5'8", 150. And just incredible, just strength galore.
Well, I tell you, Boda's a name that we called a ton today. Or tonight.
Defense especially, and we just saw that block downfield in that last run.
It's interesting, too. All the guys that they highlighted have performed.
Give to the up man, and once again, LaMancha is the man. Touchdown, Skutt.
The man of La Mancha.
Well done, Larry.
The man named La Mancha. I told you earlier, he's just the man right now.
Over that right side, that offensive line of Skutt has been just marvelous tonight. Scott, Peterson, Zock, Kramer, Thielen, all of them blocking extraordinarily well.
And consummate swing guy in O'Neal as well.
Extra point block, but Skutt will take its 23-0 lead with 4:47 happily to the sideline. One more look at La Mancha.
Look at that blocking up there. Not a chance at all.
He looks like a fullback.
Adi was in a position, but just too much steam by La Mancha to stop him from going into the end zone. So, well done by Skutt.
Well, time now to answer our trivia question. If you remember, we asked you, the Dukes and the Skyhawks have played 5 similar teams, so 5 teams exactly the same throughout the regular season and the playoffs. Of those 5 games, who has the better record, and what is that record? Well, Tyler Ballard knew that York has the better record against similar teams. York is 5-0, Skutt 4-1. The one loss came in the opening game of the season. Skutt lost to Gretna 28-9, and York 5-0 against those same teams. Ty Ballard knew it. T-shirt on its way to you, Tyler.
That's why you line it up and play the games. That's why I don't like the transitive property in sports. That whole if they beat them, then we should. That's why you line it up and you play the game. Skutt didn't get that memo.
That's right. So they on the reverse. One more time, it's Dolan. He's tripped up this time before he made it back to the 20. And York will take over from inside its own 20-yard line. 4:41 to go. Skyhawks on top, 23-0.
In the second half, Skutt, 4 drives, scoring 2 touchdowns and a field goal in those 4 drives. York, 3 drives, 0 yards, -3 yards, -20 yards, 6 plays, -17 yards in the second half drives.
Omaha Skutt with 28 minutes time of possession. Wow. 28 minutes TOP.
Neville in the backfield along with Califf as Califf checks the play on his wristband. Over the middle, complete but hit hard, and a flag comes in as we might have a bit of helmet-to-helmet action there, and slow to get up and still a little wobbly is Hayden Robb.
And he's a tough guy too.
Robb still shaking off the cobwebs from that hit. Waiting for the call from Skip Kennedy.
I think that came from the back judge and Spurgeon. He had a good look at it.
Penalty marker on the play.
They're walking back to see from the line of scrimmage. They will mark off 15 yards for the personal foul. Robb still seems a little woozy as he heads to the York sideline.
We got a personal foul, illegal helmet contact on the white. That's a 15-yard penalty. It results in a first down.
One more look at it.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Helmet to helmet.
Fortunate. Yeah.
He's on. That's
well done, young man. Way to walk that off.
Rob right there on the sideline, and hopefully he will be all right.
Dropping back now as Califf goes downfield looking for his receiver, and Danielson cannot come down with it. Danielson's had a few opportunities.
He's just off his game tonight. Yep. You watched a lot of their games on Huddle. He grabs a lot of these balls.
It might be.
He hasn't been able to track tonight. I don't know if it's the lights.
It might be because of Zach Zeppelin that he's off his game.
Well, I'm sure that has a lot to do with because Zeppelin is
very, very well.
He'll be an all-state selection. There's no doubt. He's not going against any slouches tonight.
Right. There's a look at Zach Zeppelin, number 2. 7 interceptions on the season. That leads Class B.
Yeah, he's a cover corner, and he'll smack you too.
And 2 tonight. Yeah, 2 of those 7 here tonight.
Dropping back to throw is Califf. Incomplete on the attempt for Dolan. Dolan slow to get up.
Came in low right on that left leg and elbow.
Player down for Skutt. Looks like John Plants. And a flag on the play. That will be against York, so that will back the Dukes up.
I can't read lips, but I believe he said 75. Oh,
there you go.
Second guy always gets caught, right?
That's how it goes.
That's the problem.
Yeah, saw my teammate take a knee to the shoulder, and
now company man and bias decide how good was the camera work to catch that.
That's right. So walking off there is John Plants.
You got 16 cameras in the truck. Nobody told us. We ought to ask for a raise. They're working on that kind of budget.
There's Sam Elliott.
That's good stuff. Hopefully that will make the DVD that those parents will be asking for. Oh, wait, it will.
It's on there. That's right. So 3rd down now and 25 after the penalty. Back to throw. Califf goes downfield and picked off.
I'm shocked. I can't.
3rd interception of the night, and he takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
How fitting.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. There's pressure being put on the throw, and I know that accounts for a little bit of it, but man, if you see that coming and you know he's covered down there, you let it go. You wing it and throw it out of bounds. But didn't happen this time, and Zeppelin gets his third interception of the ballgame. Now watch there was the pressure. Just you saw it in a glimpse coming right there. But this
you talking about going to get a ball at its highest point.
This guy's been magic tonight.
There's nobody even in the screen.
He's a little bit happy, I'd say.
You know, the funny thing is he might have more interceptions than anybody has receptions for York. How many does Dolan have? 3 maybe?
We counted them up a moment ago. I don't have that sheet. Take a look. There we go. He's got 3.
So they've got 3 apiece. Dolan has 3 catches. Zeppelin has 3 picks.
Wow.
And he leads everybody else. That includes Schultz, Rob, Neville. He's outplayed Danielson in terms of receptions. And Ty Danielson had been big time for 12 games.
And we ask for your comments on our coverage here on NET Sports. Encouraged you to email us at sports@netnebraska.org. Just got one in from Okinawa, Japan. Says, thank you guys for covering the game. I'm deployed in Okinawa. I'm from York, so really appreciate the coverage. Michael DeBoer sent that. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate your services. Appreciate you taking time to email us here at NET.
Outstanding, Michael. Thanks. Appreciate it. Good luck to you. Have a great holiday.
30-0, Skutt on top, and I don't think anybody.
They color me as shocked.
See, nobody saw this coming. kick deep. Fake the reverse again. So here is Dolan bringing it back. Dolan out near the 20. We'll call it the 19-yard line. Dukes will set up shop from there.
Yeah, I doubt heavily that York was looking at this set of circumstances, and this is a team that came in tonight, averaging close to 400 yards a game, 189 rushing, 202 on the pass, and 40 points. That's the most startling part of the
I mean, it's a prolific offense they're shutting down.
Of scoring, and they're at zero. That's just absolutely incredible.
Give up the middle. Neville steps through, still on his feet, out past the 35, and a first down for Evan Neville. Neville rushed for 1,600 yards on the season.
That's what I thought we would see early, is the run game between the tackles to help keep Skutt honest. But, you know, maybe they just didn't feel like they could handle Skutt up front once the game started to evolve.
Neville in the backfield along with Califf as we are nearing the 3:30 mark here in this fourth quarter of play. Skutt on top 30-0. Over the middle and overshot. Ty Danielson throws his hands in disgust.
Yeah,
a little frustration right there indeed. He's had a tough night, as we talked about earlier. A tough night complicated by some errant throws, maybe some less than good routes, and better coverage by Zach Zeppelin.
Califf under pressure, dumps it off on the screen. Neville breaks one tackle, breaks another one. Out to the 46-yard line. Very near a first down.
Right now, Larry, that Skutt defense is thinking, we want to keep this shutout on the board and do everything possible to keep that zero hung up, and they will just continue to play their level best, although we are seeing some of the second-team players now out there on the field, but they all have a purpose and a mission in mind, and they're going to try to get that shutout.
I've seen at least 3 of York's games via huddle, and it's hard to gather an appreciation for what Skutt is doing based on kind of how York has turned the football over tonight, but this is not the York that they have been all year, and I think a lot of that has to do with Skutt's defensive game plan.
Oh yeah, indeed. Their game plan and just how aggressive they have played, as Coach Turman said, we're gonna go after it, and they did.
So here's a look at the state championships as of right now. Exeter Milligan won this morning. Falls City Sacred Heart won the D2 title. It'll be Skutt here in Class B, and we have 3 more tomorrow. C1, C2, and the Class A game tomorrow night right here on NET. We'll close it out. West Side and North, we mentioned it before, but our broadcast partner, Adrian Damon Benning, will be down on the sideline for that Omaha North game. 2nd year in a row. North has been here at Memorial Stadium going after a state championship. Give us the insight, Damon.
Yeah, it's I mean, we thought we might have missed one last year. It's hard to get here, but I believe the historians tell me we're the first team from the Metro Omaha Public Schools to make back-to-back appearances in the state finals. Ever. Wow. No pressure.
When you got a running back like you had.
Was Damon carrying the ball again? Is that it? Throw well down the field, and going up and trying to pull it in again was Ty Danielson. Goes through his hands.
Number 18 right there, Trevor Schulte on the defense. Where's that? Yes, indeed.
18. Danielson's going to...
Good position right here by Schulte. And see, Danielson's got the advantage here, but the ball a little bit to the left. And
you're right, just off slightly. He's been that way since the opening drive.
2:35 to go, 2nd down and 10. Califf in the gun. And overthrows the intended receiver, Ryan Dolan. So 3rd year with the York Dukes. Glenn Snodgrass got him here to state. Quite a season for the Dukes, 11-1 on the year. Snodgrass, when he came from Overton, brought along his best friend and defensive coordinator, Matt Kern. Kern and Snodgrass been best friends since grade school when they eventually went to North Loup Scotia, won a state championship in football. Been together ever since. Throw downfield, goes through the hands.
That's like an epidemic.
And J.J. Schultz can't pull it in.
Once again, pressure on the quarterback, this time coming from the lights of John Heffron. It seems like when the quarterback gets out of contain or on the move, somebody just comes out from left field or comes into the frame to put pressure on the quarterback and the throw.
Just trying to figure out how no one is open.
Yeah, that.
I mean,
out of the flat, a little too tall for Doan. That was 4th down and 10, turns it over, and the Skyhawks now will come out to run out the clock.
That indeed has been the tale of the game here tonight. The ball overthrown, the ball not in a position to be called.
you know, and it's unfortunate for Lyndon Califf. 12 of 32 for $189, but 5 interceptions. The 12 of 32 is perhaps the most startling statistic. I mean, 5 is awful, but he has been much better than 12 of 32 on the year.
New quarterback into the game. And the toss out. Carry by Hunter Smith, 5'10", 185-pound junior.
He did a good job just to hang on to it there, Hunter Smith. Ball tossed to his midsection. He didn't quite have the hook into it.
Oh, you want everybody to keep their composure here. Don't do anything silly.
Head coach Glenn Snodgrass he'll be back. They'll be back.
No doubt.
They have an excellent program at York, and they will be back here. Their first time ever here tonight. A little bit of a taste of it.
In there,
so they want to come back next time.
In there at quarterback is Paul Seaman, 6'1", 195-pound junior. Seeing his first action of the game. Seaman will keep it himself.
Another good-looking physical specimen, too. He's had some playing experience. I mean, I believe Skutt, they've had five different quarterback take snaps this year.
They were down in that opening loss to Gretna. I believe they said they were down to their 4th or 5th string quarterback.
5th guy,
what Turman said.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a 5th string quarterback. Is that?
They don't exist on most people's rosters.
Right. All right, you're in. Go play. Give to the up man who gets it out past the 41.
And Larry, usually if you have a 5th string quarterback, it's not very pretty.
Shane Miller, that's right. Shane Miller on the carry there.
Can be effective, but most times not.
That would have been my big chance in high school if I could have been a
string.
Well, if we got down to the 5th or 6th string quarterback,
you were there.
Might have had a chance.
Okay. Those kids are trying just as hard as the guy running the team. So.
Seaman in there, the toss. And the fumble. Loose. Picked up by York. York down the near sideline. Scooped up by Odie. And Odie down the sideline. And about the 20 and out of bounds.
Well, I tell you, Seaman hustling, not wanting to give up a score, no matter how it looks.
Not on his watch. He did not want that play to happen on his watch, so he is there without the helmet. Great shock of hair. Ball comes flying loose.
Look, he's booting out the other way.
He just got the ball knocked out of his grasp, and the ball just goes flying.
Here's the scoop and attempt to score.
Here's the save of the shutout, we think.
Even quarterbacks get their head across to make tackles. I think everybody from Skutt can tackle.
23 seconds to go. Still in there at quarterback for the Dukes. It's Lyndon Califf. Gives it to the up man, and that should do it. Neville takes it for a yard. Timeout of the play. Timeout for wholesale changes, it looks like, for the Dukes. Glenn Snodgrass.
Classy move right there.
Give some underclassmen a chance to get on this turf here at Memorial Stadium.
Give them the experience for when they return here sometime in the future. I think it's a great move. As you said, a classy move and a very well-advised move.
Nick Pettygrove in there at quarterback. Hey, if you'd like a DVD of this game or any of the NSAA football or volleyball championships, 1-800-868-1868 to order your DVD. You can also do it online at netnebraska.org. The carry there by Jackson Coughlin, the sophomore, 5'10" fullback, and that is a gain of about 1 or 2 yards.
Going to give his kids a chance to run some offense, as Coach Snodgrass. But now you're saying, hey, have some pride in what you do. You guys are the future. Don't look at that scoreboard. Still
That's coaching. How you can order a DVD. 800-868-1868. Make a great holiday gift upcoming. $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Or log on to netnebraska.org.
I think they just ought to download the app and just have at it.
There you go.
Be like a free-for-all.
Of course, last week we had the state volleyball championships, 3 more state football championships tomorrow. You can order a DVD copy. Any of those events that are brought to you across the entire state right here on NET. Good defensive play. Swatted away. And that will do it. And they just got Coach Turman with the waddle.
He'll take that all the time. All the time.
I wonder if coaches think of it ahead of time. So maybe go waterproof, get some Gore-Tex on under there or something.
Just make sure you've got a pretty tight elastic band around your neck, and you'll be all right. Manny's a little uncomfortable right there.
So 4th down and 9. Last play upcoming. The keep around the right side, and that will do it. The Skutt Skyhawks are state champs in 2013, a 30-0 win over York.
Congratulations to the Skutt Ball Club. I'll tell you what, this defense, David, we talked about it top of the show. Swarming, aggressive, and just strong and stayed right in the whole time.
A bunch of interchangeable
amazing
parts.
Stuff. Yeah,
team effort. Got a thoroughbred on all 3 levels, sometimes 2 or 3 at every level. This is a deep, well-oiled machine.
Matt Turman, great smile on the face. Get over to congratulate the coaches. Great show of sportsmanship, as we always see here in this event.
So once again, the turnovers and the turnover troubles of the Dukes led to the Skutt Skyhawks coming out big in the second half. And the dousing of Coach Matt Turman. 30-3 the final.
It's everything. Having someone to watch your back. To make things better, safer. As we get closer to the 2014 deadline to buy health insurance, rely on Blue. We'll help you navigate the new healthcare law and make smart choices for you and your family. Call or visit us at the Blue Store at nebraskablue.com. It's time. Find what you need. We've got your back. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
cheer for your team, and be there for all of the excitement. For championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
Hi, I'm Mark Leonard, NET General Manager. While I am new to Nebraska and to NET, I'm impressed by the continued loyal support provided by thousands of Nebraskans who've contributed generously over the years. Through your support, you show how much you value our educational programming and embrace the rich history and culture of Nebraska. Thank you.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, by Education Quest Foundation, and by the Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Well, there's your final in the Class B state championship, dominated by Skutt Catholic. They win it over York 30-0. Terrific season by the Dukes of York, and now they receive their medals. And for that, let's go to Rich Brooks.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Directors Wendy Hendricks from Lincoln East and Dr. Jerry Barty from Omaha Public Schools. U.S. Bank Representative Jason Bell and NSAA Executive Director Rhonda Blanford Green. Here are the awards for Class B runner-up York High School. Well, head coach Glenn Snodgrass and your assistants, please present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Andrew Iglesias. Number 2, Keith Compcho. Number 3, Samuel Wallach. Number 6, Nick Pettygrove. Number 8, J.J. Vanderheiden. Number 9, John Irwin. Number 10, Cade Zumpf. Number 11, J.J. Schultz. Number 12, Drew Hoffman. Number 13, Matthew Shockey. Number 14, Ryan Spencer. Number 15, Jackson Coffin. Number 17, Lyndon Califf. Number 20, Evan Roney. Number 21, Ryan Dolan. Number 22, Evan Neville. Number 23, John Fletcher. Number 25, Hayden Robb. Number 26, Sam Hall. Number 27, Jonah Odie. Number 28, Ephraim Fonseca. Number 33, Thomas Friend. Number 38, Macaulay Jordan. Number 44, Alex Kowalski. Number 45, Troy Taylor. Number 46, Ian McDougall. Number 48, Gage Ziegler. Number 50, Tanner Wolf. Number 52, Garrett Rediger. Number 54, Jameson Nichols. Number 55, Brody Garner. Number 56, Brock Schaff. Number 57, Nick Arvizu. Number 58, Joe Miller. Number 59, Jacob Streeter. Number 60, Jeremy Reyes. Number 61, Gage Sensel. Number 62, Karsten Stair. Number 63, Jaden Vanderheiden. Number 64, Brian Gibson. Number 65, Will Tietmeyer. Number 68, Ethan Craddock. Number 69, Ronaldo Trevino. Number 70, Rox Williams. Number 71, Dakota Minke. Number 72, Carter Furno. Number 73, Grant Sundart. Number 75, Marvin Lazo. Number 76, Raiden Ziegler. Number 77, Corey Schaff. Number 78, Josh Huckle. Number 79, Braden Knight. Number 80, Ty Danielson. Number 81, Mike Shepard. Number 82, Robert Wynn. Number 84, Raymond Mastis. Number 85, Mitchell Friesen. Number 86, Brett Novak. Number 87, Tegan Thorell. Number 88, Josh Garner. And number 89, Donovan Buss. And now, here is the 2013 Class B runner-up trophy. Congratulations, York High School.
So there's your Class B runner-up, the York Dukes. Difficult to say if maybe the moment just got too big or unfortunate mistakes, but one thing for certain, 7 turnovers in a game does not a championship run make, but a runner-up trophy in Memorial Stadium, not a bad end to the season.
7 turnovers, and you couldn't get it in the end zone either, Larry. So it's really a problem for them all the way around. You got to get the ball in the end zone, damn it. That's the way it works. But when you give it away that many times, you're pretty well doomed.
We say it, and we say it all the time. There's a reason that there's only one ball out there on the field. You got to value it.
Right.
And it was hard to discern between takeaways and turnovers. There was a little of both. Great defensive game plan by Skutt, but York haphazard with the football.
So York, your runner-up. Skutt Catholic is your state champ, and for the medal and trophy presentations, we go back to Rich.
Now to the champions, Omaha Skutt Catholic High School. First, head coach Matt Turman. We have a special award for you. Coach, would you and your assistants please present the gold medals to the members of your championship team? Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Jarrett Damewood. Number 2, Zach Zeppelin. Number 3, Ty O'Brien. Number 4, Paul Seaman. Number 5, Mitch Swain. Number 6, Greg Van Kat. Number 7, John Keeley. Number 8, Christian Jones. Number 9, Ben Lane. Number 10, John Plants. Number 11, Brayton Coley. Number 12, Sean McCormick. Number 14, Nathan Purcell. Number 15, Isaiah Ramsey. Number 16, Garrett Jones. Number 17, Jake Walker. Number 18, Trevor Schulte. Number 19, Sam Elliott.
We got it, Coach. We got it.
Number 20, Joe Dooley. Number 21, Nathan Graneville. Number 22, Chris Pedraza. Number 23, Dakota Krejci Smith. Number 24, Thomas Pivovar. Number 25, Ty Weiss. Number 26, Josh Zeppelin. Number 27, Grant Dennis. Number 28, Hunter Smith. Number 29, Kyle Dudzik. Number 30, Jack Kamenson. Number 31, Ben Winky. Number 32, John Heffron. Number 33, Jacob Schmidt. Number 34, Joe Lamontia. Number 35, Ryan Boda. Number 36, Connor Votel. Number 38, Jacob Sweeney. Number 39, Jack Sinner. Number 40, Mojo Hagee. Number 41, Ian Urban. Number 42, Shane Miller. Number 43, Jared Wagner. Number 44, DJ McGargle. Number 45, Brett Lamontia. Number 47, Ryan Montgomery. Number 48, Ben Zerzan. Number 51, Caden Reimers. Number 52, Nick Peterson. Number 53, Christian Jasper. Number 54, Kyle O'Neill. Number 55, Joe Zuck. Number 56, Jimmy Neneman. Number 58, Brendan Strickers. Number 59, Andrew Breet. Number 60, Grayson Matoka. Number 62, Alex Kramer. Number 64, Connor Schwetzenow. Number 65, Jacob Palmer. Number 66, Christian Peters. Number 67, Austin Thielen. Number 68, Joe Devlin. Number 70, Patrick Fenner. Number 74, Matt Skutt. Number 75, Casey Smith. Number 76, Brandon Miller. Number 79, Zach Wiebelhaus. Number 80, Sean McDermott. Number 82, Adam Baker. Number 87, Thomas Kingston. And number 88, Kyle Meister. Now presenting the team champion game ball from Farmers Mutual Insurance, President and COO Mark Walls to head coach Matt Turman. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2013 Class B State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Omaha Skutt Catholic High School.
So congratulations to Skutt, the Class B state champs. First time they've won the title since 2005 when they knocked off McCook. And they did it in convincing fashion, 30-0, pitching the shutout, the first shutout in Class B since 2010 when Crete also had a shutout. So congratulations to the Skyhawks.
And Larry, their fourth shutout on the year. They had three coming out, obviously, and pitched this fourth one right here. Tremendous defense.
Let's go down to the field to John Bishop. John. Well, Coach, I know you guys have won one of these before. It's been a little while, but compare this one to the last one.
It's hard to say. You know, it was last one was down to the last second. This one towards the fourth quarter was pretty comfortable. So maybe not quite as at the end of the game, quite as nerve-wracking.
What did you see on film when you were making the preparations that made you even think that it was possible to get 6 picks off of these guys?
I didn't think it was possible. You know, 6 interceptions is pretty crazy, especially off a quarterback like that. You know, really throws the ball well, has great receivers, but our secondary and our secondary coach, Jeremy Moore, did a great job.
Well, the guy who picked up 3 of those interceptions, Zach Zeppelin. Zach, we were talking before our interview. Did you ever think it was possible to get 3 picks tonight in any game?
I did not think it was possible, but our defense came up big and we flushed the quarterback out and got some big plays, big picks.
Talk about the team concept you guys have on defense. There's not a lot of really big guys, especially along the front line, but they get great pressure and they make opportunities for guys like you.
Just like pretty much our team goal was to be fast, get pressure on the quarterback, get turnovers, and get the ball to our offense, and we did it tonight.
What's been the magic to only giving up 9 and 8, no points after you gave up 28 in the season opener? You hadn't given up more than 14 cents.
Our defensive coach, Jeremy Moore, honestly is one of the best coaches I've ever had in my entire life, and he coached lights out and told us to just go our hardest and do work pretty much.
Well, congratulations to both of you getting that team photo. You heard Coach Turman. You also heard Zach Zeppelin talk about Jeremy Moore, who is their defensive coordinator, defensive backs coach, and he also, guys, has been serving as the interim AD at Skutt, running back and forth, running
a lot of free time.
And still coaching this team to a state championship. A remarkable job for Skutt.
Doing it all. Just doing it all.
Now, how smart does the guy have to be to flip in and out of athletic director roles, then coordinate defenses?
Right.
Let alone one that's playing like this one.
That's right.
This is a very impressive football team right here. I wish them the very best. Congratulations. Also, congratulations to York. Fine season that they had.
So once again, the final score, Skutt wins it 30-0 over York. Be with us tomorrow. 3 more state championship games. We kick it off in the morning at 10 a.m. with Cozad and Ashland Greenwood for the C1 title. And now, for Damon Benning, Adrian Fiala, John Bishop, and the entire NET Sports production crew, I'm Larry Putney. Goodbye for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow morning right back here on NET Sports.